Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Yeah, I can hear myself there. Background music. you guys hear me now? Yeah, but I can't. Can everyone hear me clearly there? Is that a good volume?
2, 1. T20 international cricket. The Irish have flown across the ditch and they're excited for this series. They're coming up against the Netherlands, who recently played. It's all live on the ECN European Cricket Network, and it starts right now.
This European Cricket Network event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software and Fizzaway.
Hello everybody, and like I said, we're at the beautiful VRA cricket ground here in Amsterdam. The Irish women have come out here for this three-match T20 international series, and it should be a good series as well. The Netherlands just played some good cricket against Thailand and Scotland only a month ago. But it's all the talk is about this pitch. Come have a look with me down here. It's actually quite firm, and Terry, the groundsman's been telling me he thinks there'll be some runs today, maybe around the 150 to 160 vicinity. If I won the top... As you can see, that's Iris Swilling on your screen there. So promoted to open in the previous series versus Thailand, and only a month ago she was batting at number 5. So let's have a look if it pays off. She's at the top of her mark, and we're almost good to go. First ball in this T20 series. That's a full wide delivery, and that will be signalled a wide to start. So a good opportunity to welcome everyone around the world, especially those in India via fan code, and everyone on YouTube and the YouTube chat. I hope everyone's doing well and buckling in for 20 overs of madness. Does look like a good pitch out there. Delivering clip straight to mid-wicket. So I do like this change of Zwilling going to the top. I thought she had a very good series against Thailand and Scotland with the ball and made a couple of starts with the bat. The promotion up the order, maybe to try and cash in on this power play. Great to have the Irish team out here. Love their kits. That famous green colour. It's well bowled from Delaney, full and straight. Laura Delaney, captain of the Irish, winning the toss and choosing to bowl first today. I think that's the right decision. A little bit of grass coverage on this pitch. Understand we got 1,700 live games on the times. It does take a couple of extra moments to get everything right in this cricket throughout Europe. There's Delader, and I'll answer the question. Yes, cousin of Bus Delader from the men's side, comes out at number 3. A little bit of pressure early here. Well bowled as that's run down to third, and well, Delader gets off the mark with the single. But yeah, this promises to be a very good series. And as I mentioned a couple of moments ago, it was a very exciting series between the Scottish and Thailand women's teams that had come out here to the Netherlands and played at Utrecht and Kampong about a month ago. And those three teams splitting the matches, really 2 wins and 2 losses in each game overall in that competition. So plenty to play for here. The Irish, they'll probably go into this series as favourites. That's well delivered and blocked back by Seegers. Seegers had a pretty standout tournament in Utrecht a month ago. That was one player of the match performance, 49 not out against Thailand. And a couple other cameos throughout that series. A strong player, likes to hit it through the V. And we'll be looking to get off to a good start today. It is a nice pitch. There is a bit of green coverage, but you'd still be hopeful of getting a good score on the board. As that's underneath edge into the offside. So it does bring us to the end of the first over. We got the name right in the end. Prendergast, great over that, as it doesn't concede too many. Only the 2 runs coming off it, the 1 wicket. And what a good start this is for the Irish. The score is 2 for 1 after 1. It is great to see so many familiar names in the YouTube chat. And if it is your first time joining us on the European Cricket Network, 1,700 live games over the course of a year. Quite extraordinary numbers. I believe we're in Germany at the moment, and we might be in Switzerland as well, or maybe just finished our Swiss event. There were some T10 irons over the weekend, but great to have the ladies back on our network. We have had some great reports throughout the world, really, about producing and showing more women's cricket, and that's what we're trying to do. As it looks like Ava Canning is going to bowl the second over. I'm going to say this from the airport end this week. Airport, Schiphol Airport, not too far away in some direction, maybe around the corner as we get into over number 2. And Ava Canning with a very steady sort of pace, but a lot of in-swing there. We do see that quite often in the women's game. The ball swing a considerable margin more than in the men's game just because of a slight lack of pace, but they do move the ball more side to side, that is for sure. So 2 boundary riders. Quite interesting. Deep square and deep mid-wicket. So that's hit hard, and what a good catch that is. Well, that's a fantastic catch by Gabby Lewis at short cover. That was laced into the offside, and it was slightly up-ish, and a very good catch. Number 66 on her back. Gabby Lewis holds on to it, and that is 2 wickets down early, and alarm bells ringing here for the Dutch. So that's just off our screens, unfortunately. It was hit that hard to catch up with that one. And it's such a good catch, and unfortunately for the Dutch, both openers are out for a duck. And, well, this is a dream start now for the Irish. 3 for 2. Winning the toss. Electing to bowl first, and, well, they've responded. Good to see Stephanie McLeay in the chat. Love from North Wales. Looking forward to this match. And Isaac, g'day from Tasmania, Australia. Yeah, and that's what the beauty of the European Cricket Network is. If you've got some internet access or a phone or whatever you need, you can always tune in. We have cricket going non-stop, and it's so good to have the women of these 2 proud nations playing again on the network. As Rabeen Reich will come out in this one, the all-rounder. I'd say slightly more a bowling all-rounder, but does have the ability with the bat and has been put to number 4 tonight. A few people asking what they think the past score is on this. Tough to tell. I went out there and had a look. It's a firm wicket. Boundaries look a little bit smaller than what they were at Kampong a month ago as well, but yeah, tough to tell. I haven't seen too much, admittedly, of this Irish women's team. Heard very good things. There's another in-swinging delivery. But yeah, I do like this field, actually. So they've got a deep mid-wicket, deep square, a short sort of squarish mid-wicket, deep mid-on, and a 45. So 5 fielders on the leg side going with the swing. It's almost a spinner's field, but it's quite clever. But brilliant to have so many people around the world tuning in for this one. Again, swinging in and respectfully played. But it's a big series. All 3 matches will be played out here in Amstelveen. We're about 10 minutes outside of Amsterdam. Oh, swept away. It's a nice shot from Rabeen Reich, who will start her account, and just the one. But yeah, the Irish do come over as 10th ranked team in the world. We had Thailand last month who were 11th, so great to have the 10th, best women's nation come out here. And these 3 matches, international ranking points on the line as per usual, and plenty of pride to play for. European battle. I was going to say continental battle, but of course the Irish flying across, as that will take us to the end of 2 overs and the score. Dream start for Ireland, 4 for 2. So over number 3. And a great start this for the Irish. Especially when you win the toss, you elect to bowl. You're always hopeful of a couple of early wickets, and that's exactly what they've had so far. As that one's clipped into the leg side, and good batting from Rabin Reich, who shouts 2 straight away. That's good, aggressive running. And we'll get home comfortably. That actually trickled quite fast across this outfield. Speaking to Terry, who's done all the grounds work before the game, and he said he did expect around 150. It's going to be a good comeback if we see that. That was just tucked away nicely off the hip from Rabin Reich. And does have a pretty powerful game when she gets in. As that's mowed into the leg side, and well, nice shot again. That's going to potentially go for that. Will test the outfield, and well, good bit of fielding. As that'll be 3. So Rabin Reich gets this innings going the right way finally for the Dutch. That almost went for the first boundary in this contest. Prendergast, it's a little bit straight this over. A good bit of fielding this as well. Just to tap this one back. Would have been 4, but you can see body on the line stuff from Louise Little, who saves 1 run for her country. That's well defended from Delator. Yeah, beautiful turf strip. I know a lot of the games that we produce on the ECN are usually mats because of the volume and a lot of countries not having the facilities. But in the Netherlands, I do say we because I am living out in the Netherlands. We do have some beautiful turf facilities all over the country. I think 7 or 8 turf wickets. There, Amsterdam. Probably the home of cricket, you could say. England come out here last year, and the England men's team came and played the Netherlands here, and that was a very fun little week for everyone involved. That is left alone, and that will be signalled a wide. Prendergast just losing a line a little bit here in this over. Lovely strong action. Seems to get it through at good pace. I'm a big fan of the tram lines actually having the bright orange. I like that. Stands out a little bit more for me. But yeah, let us know where you're from in the chat. Looks like a lot of people have tuned in for this one, which is great. We'll also, tomorrow is a rest day, but we'll be back here on Wednesday and Thursday as well. So 3-match series. As the later clips that handsomely into the leg side just for a single. We're also going to have a guest commentators throughout the week will come and join us if they're available. We've got one that's going to come join us at the end of this over. He's also involved in the Dutch setup, coaching the under-19s Dutch side, men's side that is. Also coaches the Netherlands A team that came and won the ECC last year. So plenty of good things happening in Dutch cricket over the last couple of years, that's for sure. So that's hit firmly, but straight to mid-wicket. Pat just twisting in her hands a little bit there, right? And you can see she's come out here with the right intent. No holding back, looking to get on with it. So last ball of this third over. Prendergast looking to get another breakthrough and make it an even better start for the Irish here. Short ball with a lovely shot. Made a great connection off the bat, but unfortunately hits that wall of fielders on the offside. So that will end the third over with a dot. All the Irish still. The score at the end of 3 is 11 for 2. Yes, it does give me good opportunity to welcome our guest commentator. The first one of the week is Pierce Fletcher, coach of the Under-19s. Pierce, how are you, buddy?
Corey, lovely to be joining you, mate. All is well here in the Netherlands. The sun is out. Better than what can be said for last week. We had quite a bit of rain during the Under-19 qualifier. But, pleasure to be here and join you on comms for the next few overs. Yeah,
thanks for joining us, Pierce, as Ava Canning's going to come and bowl this fourth over. Keep her up to the stunts. Watch the in-swing here. And off the pattern, that'll just be a dot. But yeah, Pierce, you're involved with the Canes band, doing some work with the under-19s. It was a big week last week at the qualifiers. Tell us a little bit about your week and everything happening in Dutch cricket.
Yeah, well, the under-19 qualifier didn't really go the way that we had potentially planned for, Corey. We had a couple of tough losses against Jersey and Scotland, which meant finishing 4th overall, but a lot of positives.
That's a play and miss outside the off stump.
Yeah, we also took on Guernsey in the first game and skittled them out for 45, which was, really impressive and great to see a lot of our young batters being able to step up and sort of playing more, I would say, towards like an ODI style of game as opposed to more of a club cricket style of game. So, yeah, a lot of positives out of the week and the overriding feeling is proud, I'd say.
Yeah, nice to hear that. Big appeal. I think that's going down the leg side for me. Canning is hooping these in-swingers. Pierce, how dangerous is it to have an opening bowler that can move the ball this much?
Yeah, and the ability to be able to hit the stumps so often, or at least be able to bring the stumps into play. I think that is a massive point here, Corey. Canning is booming that ball back in. So, there's always a chance of a wicket when someone's swinging the ball like this.
So Canning again to Reich here, who's looked to have some good intent as that one again down the leg side. Maybe one to miss out on there, but yeah, you're right, Pierce. She does bring the ball a long way. But how good is this for the Dutch ladies and the Irish ladies, of course, but a big program for the Dutch this year. 19s as well, had a lot. They had Thailand, Scotland last week. Jersey are here next week, the Jersey women as well, so big program for the women. Yeah,
it's awesome. Obviously, I was part of the commentary team for the ODIs last year against Ireland with the Dutch girls here. And, it's awesome to have them back for another series. And, we've got to keep those relations between those Celtic partners.
Well, the last time, actually, you and I were in the comms box was Pakistan and Netherlands. It's been a while.
It has been. It's a year.
That would have been it, yeah. Probably
a year or so.
Good to have you back on the ECN.
Yeah, look, mate, it's always happy to be on the ECN. And I know there's a few things planned in September and obviously the T20 finals week. Looking forward to getting back there and see if our boys can defend that title.
Last ball of this 4th over. And, well, hit hard into that leg side. They do have a very leg side field set, and they'll think about a double, but won't be able to get back. So that'll be just the 1 run, and 4 overs gone. Pierce, all the Irish, 13 for 2.
Yeah, it's been a very, very disciplined start, I'd say, on the whole. Yes, a couple of extras, but on the whole, they've been very disciplined in terms of line and length, and their field sets have been very good. I mean, the thing for me that I picked up from them last year, the Irish, was that they were very disciplined, very organised team. So those little things are always very important when you play against these lower ranking sides. It's easy to get carried away and try and be very aggressive, but the way that the Irish have gone about it to start with is very controlled.
Yeah, and you expect that from the number 10 ranked team in the world. Very disciplined, winning toss, electing to bowl, and it's a very good start overall. Plenty of supporters have come around. Looks like Levitt from the men's national side's come out here to watch this game as well. And you can understand women's cricket is definitely growing all over the globe at the moment. And that's a lovely looking drive from right. That could be the first boundary. And you betcha it is. This outfield, Pierce, it looks quick.
Yeah, no, Terry's done a great job to recover from all the rain last week. And looking at the outfield and the pitch, it's exceptional and beautiful shot that by Rabin. It's over pitch and deserved to be dealt with, but it was a beautiful shot.
Well, that's the first boundary of this T20 series. The Dutch will need a few more, you'd imagine. Another ball over pitch and clipped into the leg side just for a dot, but no, VRA cricket, this ground, once again, looks magnificent. Plenty of supporters have come down today. The sun is shining and that pitch is firm. If someone can get in, I still think you're hoping for 130, 140.
Yeah, I think 120 minimum, but I'd say, against the likes of the Irish, I mean, they have been testing themselves. They played a recent ODI series against Australia just a couple of weeks ago. Yep. So, you talk about the best in the world and then coming to play against the Dutch. So, they definitely have enough on the locker.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's another aggressive shot from Reich, and I love her intent since she's come out there to the middle. Despite the 2 early wickets, has looked to get on with it. You do feel this partnership's pretty key. Dempsey has been charging in this 5th over.
Yeah, she was one that really impressed me last year, Corey, Georgina Dempsey. She was awesome last year with the new ball. She generally took it from that top end as well. And, just that natural outswing. really brought the slips into play in that ODI series.
Oh, bold and right on cue. Pierce Fletcher, you said that she impressed you last year. Well, she's going to impress you this year as well. That one actually looked like it decked back a little bit, and off stump's been uprooted.
Yeah, beautiful delivery, just a bit delayed, looking to drive, and it clearly is nipped back down the line, and that is out.
Well, it's a dream start for the Irish. You win the toss, you elect to bowl. This is going to be a beautiful angle of it. Let's have a look. It was always sort of coming in, but it just decked back enough. And it only has to move maybe an inch and can get through the gate. And, well, great start for the team in green.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The emerald green is shining here in the Amsterdam sun. Now, beautiful delivery. I think Babette will just be a little bit disappointed with her body position there. That back foot just sliding outside leg. And, you start playing beside the ball instead of behind the ball. It's, quite difficult, to score runs in those sort of positions.
Yeah, it's not easy. You're up against a good attack. As you mentioned, the Irish women took on Australia not long ago, and just shows the calibre of cricket coming from Ireland. And, well, it's going to be a tough old week for the Dutch, but I saw them play some very good cricket a month ago against Scotland and Thailand. They'll still fancy their chances.
Yeah, this would have been my player of the series in that ODI series last year, Corey, for the Dutch. Frederik Overdyk came in and played some really, really nice knocks. A bit lower in the ODI team than here in the T20s, but really nice batter to watch. Really always bats with intent, and I think that's the nice thing I like between Reich and Overdyk, is they're batters that are coming out and looking to score, looking to be aggressive and put the opposition under pressure.
So Overdyk's first ball here. Just punched into the offside. I always find this is a tricky sort of position to be in as a batter. You come out here, you're still in that power play, but you're 18 for 3. Is there time for a rebuilding phase in T20s in the modern era?
Yeah, well, look, I don't think the Dutch have any other option here, Corey. They definitely have to look at an ability to conserve some wickets here and be able to have a dip later on in the innings. But yeah, no, they obviously don't want to get too far behind that potential run rate.
Oh, and again, well, 2 in the over. Dempsey decks one back in through the gate again. Overdyk's going to go for a globe. That's 3 ducks in the innings so far. And the Irish, well, maybe they're thinking of an early finish.
Yeah, get the ball straight. Get the ball straight. That's what the captain's been saying. And 2 in a row there. Beautiful delivery again by Georgina Dempsey. You can just see that just digging back. It's beautiful delivery. That has nipped a long way down that little bit of a slope from the top end there, and 4 down, Corey, within 5 overs. Well, panic stations.
Yeah, 18 for 4 after 5, and I think a lot of people in the chat have enjoyed that. Vinny Sanders says, hello, Pierce, nice to hear from you, and just in time to see the stumps cartwheeling. And Matthew Hodgson watching from Australia said great deliveries as well. So, yeah, 2 in the over. That's going to hit the highlights reel. I know the ECN love a little bit of social media playing. That needs to be in the highlights reel, Vinny, because that's a great over.
Yeah, no, it was an absolute stunning delivery and a great over. And on the whole, started with that 4, that over-pitch delivery, but the ability to come back there and get those 2 balls to dig back and put the pressure on the Dutch was excellent. So we're going to see Faber Malkenboer come to the crease, Corey. Another exciting young talent. Been in that underage setup, and I believe she's only about 17 or 18 now. So, yeah, super exciting to see her get an opportunity here.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity and, well, a lot of pressure as well. Sometimes you can come in as a batter in a situation like this, and, well, if that top order's failed, you can play that sort of counter-attacking innings if possible. But Ireland, what a fantastic start this is. Let's close this power play out, the 6th over, and Rabina Reich's been the one batter so far who's looked pretty calm. She'll just punch that into the offside for a single. And Monkabor, good luck. Can she get herself in and playing innings of substance?
Yeah, look, I think from a Dutch perspective, like you say now, Corey, you're in a real position where you need to rebuild. You're going like, okay, what can we scrape to here? We've got 15 odd overs to bat. Do we think we can get another 100 runs out of these last 15? Is there more in the tank? Well, it's going to have to be 10 overs of setting it up for a big finish.
There's that gentle in-swing, but accurate in-swing, and that's the real key.
Yeah, I really like it. And, Arlene Kelly, who number 11, the female, the player with number 11 on the back, is... she's been one of the opening bowlers for this Irish team over the last little while, so a bit surprised not to see her. Know Arlene a little as well from her time back in Auckland, playing domestic cricket there.
Another good delivery.
It's great to be able to see that this Irish team is just growing its depth. I was having a chat to the scorers earlier today, and Kate Holdworth was mentioning that 7 of the squad played in the last games over here this time last year, so a few new faces for us to have a view of. Corey, always exciting.
Yeah, more faces to see on the ECN network as well, and ever-growing ECN network. Plenty of teams all over the landscape playing live on the air as other deliveries well pushed into the offside. That's really good batting. Just letting that come all the way does Malcolm Bourne. Rides that down to the vacant short third area for 2.
Yeah, what an arm as well down there from Ola Prendergast. But yeah, no, beautiful shot. Let the ball come. I just think we've just seen those Dutch batters earlier just, try and play a little bit in front of themselves, and that's what's getting them into trouble there. Being able to play a little bit later just gets them into a better position as we see a fielding change, Corey. That 45 fielder on the leg side coming across into that short third position.
Well, this is where if you're brave enough, you maybe get on a knee and think about a lap, but not easy against such a dangerous bowler. And that's a great delivery. That beats everyone. That beats the keeper as well. So this is going to be bonus runs. I'm pretty sure this will be signalled buys. They'll get 2. So we'll look at what Pim, our standing umpire, calls 2 buys.
Yeah, Pim van Limpt and Jacques Westerberg.
Good men.
There. Both very good men.
I like the pink.
Yeah, the thing for me is like the umpires have previously stood in black or in red, but I think like the pink is such an outstanding colour. No other team other than I think Japan do so.
I talked about it before, but I love that the little inner tram lines are orange. I've not seen that before, but that's good.
Yeah, just that brightness of colour. You can definitely see if it misses those lines.
That's going to be down the leg side, so that's just a 1. I think Malcolm Bourne will be a little bit disappointed she didn't get some bat on that. There's no 45, as you just mentioned, and if she had got some wood on that might have gone away for 4.
I think another big talking point, Corey, is seeing Amy Hunter behind the stumps. Mary Waldron retiring after an extensive career as the Irish women's wicketkeeper. So exciting to see the young gun. And Corey, I can tell you enjoy watching her bat later today. She can play.
Yeah, nice. Looking forward to it. And great to have them on the ECN because that's how I get to watch a little bit more at the end of 6 overs. The power play complete. The score is 25 for 4. And you imagine now, won't be too far away since we see some spinners maybe come into the attack. We have a look at that worm and, well, it's going north, but not at a rate they'd be too happy with the Dutch. The more alarming parts, those red dots that are just popping up there in the first, second and fifth over. 4 red dots, and I'll have to try and build that partnership as steadily as they can without taking too many risks. Always the easy comment say, get the run rate high and don't lose a wicket. Easy to say from the commentary box.
Yeah, cricket is a tough game, and the ability to bounce back from tough positions is never easy, I should say. But really excited to see young Malcolm Bourne get an opportunity today. She's a very talented young cricketer. So yeah, like I say, I think the Dutch also giving a debut to Caroline van Koolwijk is also very exciting. Another 17-year-old in the setup for the Dutch women. I think Shane Dietz will be very, very pleased to have been able to give those debuts. As we see a no ball given by the square leg umpire, Van Lempt. And that will result in a free hit as a single's taken out to deep square.
So that's going to be, the immunity cloak's going to be applied here, and free hit time. So just maybe a little bit of an overstride there from bowler, but free hit, and Rabin Reich's on strike, who you probably want to be on strike for the free hit. What do you think's the options here for Reich? Let's have a look at that field. Mid-on's in the ring. Mid-off's also in the ring.
I'm sure they'll make a change here, Corey, unless they're going to look to go short. That's obviously possible as well, but I think they'll reset the field. Yeah, we're going to see the 45 fielder come up. Deep mid-wicket slide out, and I think long on is also going out. So third man finally again in the ring.
Okay, so that tells me if you've got a little bit of a ramp or maybe a deflective shot, maybe back it in. But I think Rabin Reich's a powerful player. She might look to go straight anyway.
I think spot on, Corey. I think she'll be looking to get deep in that crease and then try and put one over the rope.
Hits it extremely hard straight to Minhoff, and just the one. Got a comment from Wayne in the chat, and this is a very good observation from Wayne. He said he's looked up Pierce Fletcher's record on the ECN website. So if you are new to the European Cricket Network, all the players that play on our program are on the ECN website, and you've played on the program. He says, it says your nationality is from Kenya, and you don't sound Kenyan. You want to just enlighten Wayne after this delivery why it does say Kenya?
Anything for you, Wayne.
And that's blocked back and top ball.
Yeah, look, Wayne, I just want to say, look, I'm a proud New Zealander with my buddy old pal Corey from Australia here. But I was born in Kenya. My mum is from the Netherlands. Mum's side of the family is Dutch, and Dad's side of the family is from New Zealand. They were running a safari company out of Kenya for 10 years. So,
Wow.
Yeah, so born there and then moved back to New Zealand when I was 1.5 years old.
That's going to be a wind down there. So you might be the only Kenyan cricketer we've had on the network. Just trying to think if we might have...
Oh, I'm sure there's been one floating around somewhere along the line. You never know what country a Kenyan might pop up in.
Yeah, well, the European Cricket Network, just of recently we've been to Switzerland. They're in Germany today, Crashfield, I think. And
No, they're in Dresden this
Dresden,
week,
is it? Thanks, Pierce.
Beautiful part of the country.
I've been keeping up, but plenty of action coming up as well. We've got the ECC around the corner, the marquee event, and more live cricket coming away. We're in Rome soon as well. As that's hit gorgeously into the leg side, but will unfortunately find deep square. Just the one. But no, it's great, the ECN. We do get around the most of continental Europe mostly, and been able to show plenty of live cricket. But the women's game, we've had some huge reports from. People are loving tuning in for the women's T20Is and women's T10s, because next week when Jersey come, there is a day of T10s.
Yeah, 3 T10s I heard, which was a really nice development. I think, like you say, Corey, I think just watching high-quality cricket, whether it's male or female, is always enjoyable. So that's palmed away
Shot.
by Rabin Reich, and the fielder out there on the boundary does an excellent job there.
And so I think that might be... that's Luis Little out there, who does fantastic. Any relation to left arm Little?
Oh, I could have a look for you, Corey.
I wonder.
Look, I'm sure someone in the chat probably also has that sort of information, but you never know. I might have a gander on that one at the end of the next over.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to say, I've been impressed with Rabin Reich out here. She's come out. The two openers above her both got ducks today. But she's come out with the right intent. She's 16 off 16 and looking good. Oh, in the air, straight to mid-on. They go for a cheeky single and they'll get through in the end. Good aggressive running.
Yeah, really like that running. I think for me there, it's that ability to put the fielder under pressure. You know, the ability to be able to get the fielder to pick the ball up cleanly, get the throw up and hit the stumps is something that is very, very difficult.
So last ball of this 7th over. Hockenbauer on strike. Dempsey trying to close out this over. Low full toss, nice looking drive, but unfortunately we'll find mid-on, which will take us to the end of the 7th over. The score currently is 33 for 4. And we do want to take this quick opportunity to, well, we'd like to call it the dream box. Pierce, you're too tall.
I'm too tall for this. Should I
hold on.
stand something like that? Now we're on the same height.
Hey, it feels good. But no, it's great to have you on the Dream Box, European Cricket Network. We've got Piers Fletcher, our guest commentator. Piers, always lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you too, mate.
You're looking good in the navy blue.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? I think it's a colour that suits me.
It does suit you. But no, great to have everyone with us. We do have 3 live games on this series this week. Tuesday's off, rest day for the women out there, but we're back on the Wednesday, Thursday. We might even see if Pierce wants to come in on the Thursday as well. I heard that he'd love to be here.
Look, Cora, I would love to be here, but I'll be up in Daventry with the Netherlands A. We take on Guernsey this week in 250 over games. So.
It's an exciting time for Dutch cricket, isn't it? I mean, we had Scotty Edwards joined us in the previous series, and he was talking about the men's achievements. The women's are coming along. You've got the under-19s and the A team. So Dutch cricket on the up, and well, you can see the beautiful KCB banner in the background today. They're hosting this tournament, so thank you very much for having the Irish over. And more women's cricket, it's only for the betterment of the game.
Yeah, and Corey, big thanks from me to you in terms of having the ECN here. I think it's great to have them part of the Dutch cricket assignments. Very exciting as we see Cara Murray come into the attack.
Well, and smacked away into a pocket of space. 4. Very handy. Must have been close to that waist-height full toss, no ball, but not called. A valuable boundary for the Dutch.
Yeah, beautiful shot, and again, just being able to take advantage of those poor deliveries. It's not easy to score boundaries when they're putting the ball in the right area, so when they do make an error, you've got to try and take advantage where possible.
So, Murray into the attack. Cara Murray. It's like leg spin and, well, goes for that favoured sweep shot. Does right, but top ball.
Apologies, Corey. I had just got to get my sunglasses back on. I've not seen so much sun in the Netherlands this summer. What an exciting talent. And great to see Rabin back bowling as well. Lovely sweep.
Oh, good batting. There's no 45 in place, so it's a safe shot. Will it go for 4? Yeah, almost. They should go 3 maybe on the arm note. They'll settle for the 2. So Rabin Wright going about her business well. Comment from Dave in the chat saying, you're looking good, Pierce. You look very Kenyan. So good to see that everyone's jumped on that bandwagon.
Oh, it's always good to have a little bit of a laugh. But yeah,
No,
you never know. I tried to think about playing for Kenya, but apparently birth is not one of the things that holds in their...
like pass.
It
okay.
doesn't. Yeah, I can't get a passport, unfortunately.
Fair enough. There's another nice shot, and that's 4 as well. So perfect batting overall, and the runs are flowing here. They're just starting to fight back, the Dutch.
What an excellent sweep shot there by Reich. Again, that full face getting out to the ball. We were doing a session with the national men's side earlier today, and we were talking about how to sweep pace. And actually, Michael Levitt was one of those players that we were having a look at. But yeah, no, exciting to see Rabin getting down on one knee and getting a big sweep. Quicker and short, and bunted is probably the way I would say that. Down to long on, where all the Prendergast does the fielding. A reminder that obviously the women's T20 field restrictions are very different to the men's. Only 4 allowed out, am I correct, Corey?
Correct. So you always have 5 in the ring. An extra 1, keeping it a bit tighter. I believe they tried that actually in the men's game a few years ago, but it was just a little bit too much carnage in the last 10 overs in the 50-over game. I do like it in the women's game. It has 8 overs completed. It's all the 4s here at VR8 in Amsterdam. 44 for 4.
Say that again for me.
Have a look at that scorecard, Pierce. 3 ducks, unfortunately, but Rabin Wright really playing a cameo sort of innings here at the moment. 28 off 22.
I'd say it's more than just a cameo.
Yeah.
It's going to need to be more than a cameo anyway. You're going to have to see a big innings from Rabin. From a Dutch perspective, from an Irish perspective, they'll be looking to snuff this out, and that's why the skipper's brought herself into the attack, Laura Delaney.
Yeah, had no hesitation earlier in the day in choosing to bowl first. There is a little bit of grass coverage on this pitch. Nothing that any batters would be too worried about. Keep her up to the stumps. But yeah, 12 overs remaining. If you can go at 6 and over from here. Still looking at something competitive. Going to have to bowl well, though, the Dutch.
I had the pleasure of actually having Paul Delaney on the commentary last year with me. That one's knocked into backward point and a consideration for 1, but...
Yeah, no one there. Backward point's extremely tight.
Yeah, I really like this field set. Laura's not a quick bowler. We're just looking to, again, try and hit the stumps and force the batter into an error.
So that's blocked into the offside. So a couple of dot balls to start. For Delaney, question from Isaac coming through in the chat, Pierce, and that's one good thing about the ECN. If it is your first time joining us, we love interacting with the viewers. So get on YouTube, get your comments in if you like. Asking if your Netherlands A squad's been chosen for your trip to Deventer. Have you named a squad just yet, or is it anywhere online?
Yeah, look, the press release should come out tomorrow. I can see Patrick Delata sitting over there, and he's got to send it out for me on the KNSB website. But I can give you a little bit of insight if you'd like that. I can let you know. So let me pull it up for you. And I will, look, I might be able to give the world, it might be a world exclusive I might be giving as Delaney comes in once more and Reich feels the pressure of those 3 dots to start the over. So as he tries to put one across the line and lucky to get away with it. Again, Delaney trying to bring those stumps into play. So 4 dot ball to start this over and Delaney has got Rabin Reich under pressure.
Yeah, very good bowling from Delaney. How does Reich respond with an aggressive stroke, but should just be one down to mid-on? We're going to test your cricket knowledge, Pierce.
I'm actually going to let the world know about our T20, our side for the Guernsey 50-over games. Isaac's asked.
It's too much. Just give him a link. There's too many names that we don't need to hear.
Oh, you want to hear them, because there is one exciting name in that.
Give me one exciting name.
We've got one debutant, Corey, and I'll let you know at the end of this over. Okay.
No problem.
Delaney to finish the over. He's bowled straight in. Malcolm knocks that one away. No run taken. 1 run off the over from Laura Delaney. 45 for 4 after 9.
Yeah, very good over from Delaney. Pierce. Very good over indeed. It's coming in at the right time as we'll have a quick look at what's coming on Wednesday. This is what's coming Wednesday. Netherlands versus Ireland, same as today. So Wednesday, Tuesday, day off. I'm sure both teams will enjoy that day off, but Wednesday we're back and Thursday.
Yeah, well, you're a man that does love a day off, Corey, and
looking forward to tomorrow. I think I've earned it. 20 overs each way. I'm used to T10s, Piers.
Yeah, it does take it out of you as we're going to see Arlene Kelly back into the attack.
But go on, who's your surprise name?
Sybrand Engelbrecht, Corey.
Yeah, I've heard a bit about this. Parachuting in.
Dutch eligible?
Unsure. How old?
32.
Nah, not a fan.
Plenty
the
of
kids.
time left.
32. Hang the boots up.
Corey, I do want to congratulate you on your career coming to a conclusion.
As we go back to the action.
Arlene Kelly.
Arlene Kelly. Sounds like a good singer's name, as that's beautifully played around the corner. That will go for 4, I think. That is racing away. It is 4. Rabin Reich has come out under immense amount of pressure. He's playing a great little innings here.
Yeah, no, love the way she's gone about it. Anything offline has really been clear with the options she wants to take. And look, she's been powerful down the ground and now powerful behind square. Great use of the I'd say it's sort of like a hybrid sweep there, Corey.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? She's made 33 out of the 49 runs so far. Phenomenal. And this time looks for that sort of swipe across the line. Misses it.
Actually went to school with Arlene Kelly's brother back in Auckland.
You did?
Yeah.
Small world.
Small world. Now she's playing for Ireland. Always a very proud family with their Dutch roots. And actually, Christy O'Brien, who played for the Croatians a few weeks ago, very, very close family friends.
There you go.
With the Kellys. So the world of European cricket is very small, Corey.
It is, as that's pushed into the leg side. And they'll think about 2. It is a decent-sized boundary on the leg side, but just the 1. But no, you're right. That's the beauty of the European Cricket Network. We hear all these different stories as the 50 comes up after 9.3.
They'll be looking to double that up and probably a little bit more on top of it, Corey, if they're going to be competitive. But it has been a really nice little recovery here by Malcolm Boer and Rabin Reich.
Yeah, there was one of those. There's a couple of moments earlier where it does go through your head. You go, oh no, they're not going to get rolled for 50, are they? But that seems to have been squashed away now. Malcolm Boer, to her credit, she's only 5 off 11, but did come in at a very tricky period.
Yeah, want to see her now try and capitalise on this little bit of a start, 11 balls under her belt.
Yeah, pushed into the offside, just that dot to point.
I think, like you say, such good learning for this young Dutch side. I mean, you've got to remember that all of these girls are in their 20s or even younger. So there's a lot of time for these girls to continue to develop and become better cricketers. And it's really, really exciting to see them being able to play on such an awesome stage as the European Cricket Network.
That's a shortish ball and, well, pushed nicely into the offside for a single. Matthew Hodgson's asked me a question in the chat saying, Vinny in Switzerland, Mr. Maximo was talking about our cricket marathon that we might be doing over 48 hours and asking what I think about. I was also a big fan of this, but we'll have to work out the kinks because I'm not too sure how I would go at commentating at 3 a.m. But if you haven't heard, we're thinking about a 48-hour cricket marathon on the network.
Corey, as probably one of the most decorated coaches and players on the network, I am very surprised as we see Rabin Reich considering coming back for 2. And it won't happen, but yes, as probably one of the most decorated players and coaches on this network, I'm a bit surprised that Vinny hasn't reached out to me for any of my ideas. So,
well,
Vinny, I know you're listening. Don't be afraid to reach out on Instagram.
We do have a suggestions email inbox that you can send your emails into, as that does take us to the end of another over. I believe it's 52 for 4. Little M from Adam asking who's commentating with me. It's Piers Fletcher has joined us in the commentary box. And we've got that mid-inning summary, Piers. Massive credit to Reich here. This innings has at least opened a door or a way for the Dutch to win this game.
Yeah, they've got to get to a competitive total, and then you never know. If you bowl well, there's clearly, we've seen that there is something in the wicket. So, no, really excited to see what the Dutch can put together in this back 10 overs. Well, Delaney is going to continue, Corey.
That foolish delivery and tucked away into the leg side for just another 1. Yeah, got a few people in the chat saying they're not too sure who to support in this one. They enjoy the Irish team and the Dutch team, but no, you don't have to support anyway. You can just watch a good day of cricket. I have to say, there's perfect conditions for cricket. This summer in the Netherlands, I can tell you it's been wet. June was okay, But outside of June, it's been a very wet summer. But this week we have sun.
Yeah, we need more of the sun as well. But no, awesome to be able to get these girls out on the park. Like I say, the under-19 qualifier last week was
shame.
a couple of days down to rain, but I must say that the ground staff at Excelsior, VOC, and VCC did an incredible job to be able to get as many games as we did in the end.
Yeah, not easy to be on the ground staff as a volunteer when you have the amount of rain we had last week. But this week the cricket gods are shining down on us. That was pushed nicely into the offside. Mohammed Sabir saying, I'm watching live from Bangladesh. We truly are global. Great to have you with us. As Reich really looking good here, just working it around to leg side. Gets herself another single.
I think what's so nice is Rabin at the start of the innings was really looking to be quite aggressive and try and take the bowlers down on that power play, but sort of since she's got into innings has become a little bit more calm and just sort of being able to pick which deliveries to have a go at and which ones not to. So
we've got a reply from Vinny Sandhu who says, Pierce, how about 48 hours consecutive as a ball boy? That would be a new world record, as that's a play and miss outside the off stump.
Well, from the staff that I've seen at the ECC and ECL over my time, Vinny, I think I would do a phenomenal job.
You'd be busy, because I'll tell you what, at the ECC, ECLs...
Would I not make one of the teams? I mean, I feel pretty disappointed. I mean, I have probably the best slow ball on the network.
I don't think you're making it these days, Biff. You've lost your glory days. That's hit past the bowler for a single.
Yeah, I like that intent from Malcolm Ball, Corey, looking to hit the ball a little bit more. Just been too deflective over the last little while, and it's just sort of caught up with her in terms of those dots. But yeah, no, I think my slow ball would get me in. You know, especially that last couple of overs. I mean, I'm pretty phenomenal with the back of the hand, Slowy.
Yeah, maybe at club level, national level might find you out. Big Mohammed Bubba might get a piece. He has Reich. Nice shot into the offside. And just a single ticking it over. It's okay for the Dutch. They're building up a little platform to explode at the end. 11 overs gone. 57 for 4.
Yeah, nice over again. Again, the skipper, Delaney, just being able to come in and just sort of settle things a little. I mean, not that it was getting out of hand by any stretch of the imagination, but just being able to come in and bring a calmness and just sort of no bad deliveries that are going for 4, just being able to completely settle the score again. It gives them an opportunity to have a bit of an aggressive go in these last 9 overs.
Yeah, 42 days to go, Pierce, until our marquee event. And, well, you've been there a few times and really looking forward to this. This is our championship event. 31 nations now. Very exciting. 42 days to go. We've got Group A, B, C, D, E, F, and then Netherlands will be joining in Championship Week. It's 4 weeks, Carter Mania in 42 days. I can't wait. As back to the action. That's hit really firmly, but unfortunately, Rabin Reich has found out floating deep mid-on. I think that's Orla Prendergast out there, and that's a great wicket to take for the Irish.
Yeah, I mean, Prendergast was probably about a good 10, 15 metres off the rope there as well, Corey. I mean, you'd almost say like in a no-man's land sort of position. But, yeah, look, found it straight down her throat. It was ridiculous.
Now, you don't see that very often. Have a look here again on your screens. Look where this ball's caught. There's the inner ring. It's still about 5 metres behind her. She was floating as the bowler ran in. I don't know if that was a tactical decision or potentially that she hadn't got back to the rope in time, but either way, it's a big wicket. Rabin Reich, though, what a special little innings that was. Yeah,
awesome innings. And just, again, like I say, has given the Dutch an opportunity here to be able to get to something competitive. Can they get to that 120 mark? Can someone come in and go with Malcolm Boer and try and push the score up to that 120? Yeah, you're right. But what a big wicket that is for the Irish, who we wouldn't say it was crisis time, but it'll make them feel a lot more comfortable. But yeah, if you are just joining us first time, in 42 days, the ECT is our T10 marquee event with 31 nations, T10 action, and it is chaos. The amount of runs and brilliant moments that go viral are quite remarkable. It's actually such a one, I think, Corey, is it's a high-performance event, and you're actually playing with, nations, national teams. It is very, very competitive cricket. It's so exciting to watch. And just that high quality that you get, always enjoyable. Eva Lynch now out to the crease and almost gone first ball. Just a little bit of a waft outside the offside. Pierce, question for you. 57 for 5, Rabin Reich's just gone. What's the best case scenario here for the Dutch? What do you think's a more realistic total they should be aiming for from here? Nice leg cutter there by Kelly. But yeah, Corey, I think 120. I think that's what you got to look at. You know,
Okay.
you've got to try and see how you can get 60 out of these last 52, 51 balls.
Hit hard, but, well, this is what I noticed a lot in the tri-series between the Netherlands, Thailand and Scotland. When a wicket fell, teams were not afraid to choke and bring everyone in. And right now, it's almost like we're in a power play. There's only 2 boundary riders. So the wicket's fallen, mid-off's in the ring, mid-on's in the ring, cover, point, short third, mid-wicket, all in the ring. You wouldn't often see this much in the men's game, but in the women's game, they really look to capitalise.
You've got to be able to sneak those dots in where possible.
And that's a great example, again, a push into the offside, another dot. So can Lynch find one out in the middle and try get it away? But at the moment, I think the Irish coming across, electing to bowl first in this first game, they'll be feeling pretty comfortable.
Well, like you can see on that projected score there, 114 is 7 runs and over from here. Well, that's what they've got to be looking to do. 7 and a bit, try and get towards that 120 mark.
Well, gone. It was an innocuous-looking shot from Lynch, and Kelly's going with this rolling leg cutter piece, and it's not too much pace on the ball, but it's hard to get away. And this is why you bring the extra fielder in. Most teams, if they kept cover point out, that's a 1. You bring them in the ring, you get another wicket, and that's 2 in the over.
Yeah, I think, like I say, really good captaincy by Delaney there. The ability to put just a couple of dot balls pressure on, and then you get the big waft or big swipe shot, and there's a wicket. And again, it just sort of shows you how important that previous wicket was, and you go bang, bang, and now you've got a lot of work to do to get back in this fixture.
Yeah, you just feel that wicket of Rabin Rikers just deflated the Dutch a little bit. I think that's the 4th duck of the innings, and all happening in that top order. So, yeah, big over this for the Irish, who are pulling away again.
Yeah.
Good captaincy, I agree. I really like the captaincy. Bringing the fielders in, that creates an extra opportunity.
Yeah, the captaincy and then also the bowling. I think Kelly has been able to come in off the back of that, and she knows exactly what she's doing. Very good new ball bowler as well,
Yep.
so understands how to bowl with the field up. And yeah, well, you've seen the results.
Well, pushed into the offside. That will bring an end until the 12th over. The Irish picking up 2 in that over. The score is 57 for 6.
Yeah, Corey, it's, like I say, the emerald green is shining brightly here.
Yeah, great kit. That's one of the better kits I've seen.
I do really like it. It's, it's a lovely colour to have.
I'll have to check quickly, but I believe that was a double wicket maiden.
Yeah, that would be right, because Arlene went for 7 in her first over, so double wicket maiden, yes.
Well, you
right.
don't often get that in T20 cricket anywhere around the globe, so well done to Kelly there.
You're going to see Freya Sargent coming into the attack here, Corey.
Don't know if you saw Thailand. The last 4 balls I saw of the series between Thailand and, well, not the last 4 balls, I saw young Pudawong took 4 in 4, all bowled. You ever seen that?
Yeah, Pudawong looked like a phenomenal bowler, being able to just skid that ball straight on the stumps, and it probably suited that wicket there at Kampong as well, Corey. But yeah, no, exciting to see young, exciting, talented cricketers. I mean, I think that's what it matters. It doesn't matter male, female. I mean, just being able to appreciate the skill that these people have is really, really fun.
So that's pushed into the offside, and well, point has been tight this whole innings, and that is good captaincy again from Delaney. And Malcolm Ball's been there for a while, 17 deliveries, has come in when wickets have been falling everywhere. Can she get going a little bit as well here? That's a plain miss outside the off stump, so the brakes have really been pulled here now from the Irish. The sun basking down on this beautiful oval here in Amstelveen. Well, it comes down the crease. I love that, but unfortunately picks out mid-wicket. How far are we, would you say, from Amsterdam? About 15?
Yeah, about 15 minutes. Corey, I do need to say a big shout-out to Freya Sargent on T20I debut.
There you go.
There you go, mate. I knew I hadn't seen that name on the list, so yeah, big congratulations.
As that's pulled away, and well, that would be the first run off her bowling. That's the 1. But yeah, the Dutch under a lot of pressure. But yeah, if you are in the Amsterdam region or anywhere around the Netherlands, you can just pop down to Amstelveen. We're not that far away. Yeah, Sargent on debut.
Nice little off spinner.
Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of work on the ball here. Pitch is pretty true, so there hasn't been too much spin. A nice curve, though, away as that's hit well down the ground. And will just be a 1.
And that's Hannah Land here, out the middle. Gets off the mark, second ball. Nice intent.
Yeah, good intent. They've got to still stay brave here. And they get themselves up to 3 figures. That's cut nicely into a big pocket of space. That should be an easy 2. Yep. Lovely shot, Pearce. 2 runs to end another over. 13 overs complete. Score is 61 for 6. Well, I had a thought we're going to be showing the ECC teams, but maybe they'll come up soon enough. 61 for 6 here. 7 overs remaining.
Kelly's going to continue from apparently, according to what you're calling the Schiphol end. I'm not sure that's correct.
Well, it sounds right. When you say it in the commentary, Mike, it has to be correct.
Okay, fair enough. You do have the Mulder end at the far end, though, Corey. So you can always go the Mulder end, and you could go for you this week. You go the airport end if that's what you fancy.
Well, Kelly's... Actually, I said there's not much in this pitch overall for spin, but Kelly's got this rolling leg cutter just doing a bit.
Yeah, generally, again, Corey, like you've said, a lot of big in-swing initially. So I think, Arlene's used to bowling big booming in-swingers, but now has sort of really developed, like you say, that leg cutter sort of just go away from the batter, so threatening both edges of the bat.
That's hard, but caught. Well, one thing we've seen is the Irish catching has been fantastic. That's Ola Prendergast there. Takes a nice, hard, firm catch. That was hit extremely powerfully. But look at this, Pearce. As easy as you like.
Yeah, great catch. And Hannah Land here actually got every piece of that. And, unfortunately, just, a bit of disappointment in the background from the supporters. But, yeah, great catch. I think the Irish have been very, very good in the field today. They've caught everything that's come their way. And we're going to see the debutante, Corey, for the Dutch. Caroline van Koolwijk will come to the crease. Exciting opportunity for the young 17-year-old, 16 to 17-year-old. I knew she was at the Dutch under-17s a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, 2 young guns at the crease. Going to see if they can dig the Dutch out of trouble.
Yeah, very much, Pierce. A tough time to come in on debut. And, well, I'm sure she's a little bit nervous. But what a proud moment for her family and friends around the world, or here in the Netherlands, that will all be tuning in. So good luck. Kelly, fantastic figures. 3 for 7. In her last 8 deliveries, has taken 3 for none. Quite remarkable. As the field is very tight now. 61 for 7 for the Netherlands.
First ball for Van Koolwijk.
Oh, it's an aggressive shot. And what a shot that is. Well, that might be shot of the day for me. First ball of your international career. 4 runs.
Striking at 400%, Corey, and that's what we're all about here on the network.
17 years young.
17 years young, I believe. I'll be proved wrong. It could be 16, Corey. I might be wrong, but it's a hell of a shot. First ball to have the confidence to step down the wicket to a bowler who's taken 3 for none in the last 8 balls.
What's the exuberance of youth?
Yes.
Don't care about the score, just be brave. Now gone. Well, remarkably gone. I have no idea what's happened there. I think it's gone around her legs. Wow, it's bold. Let's have a closer look at this. Well, we're going to have to get that from front on or straight on view because I think that's come back quite a bit. Well,
does it clip it clips the pad, Corey? If we roll that back, you'll see it clip that grey Nichols bit of the pad.
Let's see if we can get this from straight on. Look at this. It's going down the leg side, but it spins back.
It's one of the greatest balls I've ever seen, Corey.
It's a bit of Shane Warne about that. Can we play that again from straight on? That ball is going down the leg side. Looks like it's going to go for a wide. And look where it goes. It pitches.
It turns, Corey. That turns. That is an absolutely fantastic delivery. And 4 for 11.
Well, what a ball that is. That's off the long run, Pearce. That's a Shane Warne delivery off the long run. 4 wickets now for Kelly. Well, that's not easy for your international debut to get that second ball.
You get your first ball 4, and then you got the greatest ball of all time coming second.
Spun it round her legs off the long run. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
No, that genuinely turned. Well, maybe that's a positive sign for the Dutch. This wicket has got a bit of something in it, but wow, I mean, opportunity for 5 wickets here for Kelly.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer on the cards if she picks up one more and play and miss. But that has actually, for a ball at that pace, to spin that much around the leg, it's the greatest ball I've ever seen. That's not the greatest ball you'll ever see.
100%, Corey. And also a big congratulations to Meryl Deckling, who's also making her debut today.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, look, very big challenge ahead.
Oh, wow, I've seen it all. Last ball this over, another play miss. So Kelly, fantastic figures at the moment, 4 for 11. The Dutch are 65 for 8 as we want to welcome into the dream box. Take that step backwards.
I forget, I've got to go lower for these, Corey. You go higher. It's not often I look up at you.
No, I always appreciate it. But no, welcome to the dream box. It's great to have you all here. We're out in beautiful Amsterdam for the cricket, and we're seeing some great cricket so far. The Irish fielding has been 10 out of 10. But talk me a little bit more about the delivery we just saw, because you don't see a bowler get bowled around the legs from a medium pacer often.
Yeah, I think it was a great delivery. You just seen that fingers run down the side of the ball and be able to turn quite a significant amount. I'd probably say about maybe that much.
From that full. There's a lot of cricket things in that are a little bit different, but credit to the Irish. They've come out here and they are well on top, and I hope all the viewers around the world are enjoying this as well. Plenty more action 100%. To come, as that's hit extremely hard to mid-wicket, just the dot. And I guess right now for the Dutch, Pierce, it's bat the overs. You can't be bowled out in a T20, even if you can go 4 and over for the end.
Yeah, well, I think, like you say, now you're just going to try and get to 90, Corey. I think that's the way they're going to think, because Freya Sargent's going to continue, and young Faber Malcolmbourne has sort of had to rebuild and not really been able to get going as such, due to the wickets lost.
So that's pulled away, and a bit of a misfield. The Irish have been so good, but that one does go for 1. Yeah, a few people in the chat. Dave's come in with the wow with about 70 Ws. Matthew Hodgson saying that's a rough deal for a debutant. Other people saying Shane Warne, the late Shane Warne, would have been proud of that one. That's going to hit our highlights reel. That is one of the most ridiculous balls I've ever seen live.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, Corey. It seriously is an unbelievable delivery.
Yeah, I'm sure that will hit the social media soon enough. Sargent's been good as well on debut, I think. Steady is. That's cut away nicely. They might go 2 here, Pierce.
They try, but quite a good fielder out there on the rope. Rebecca Stockel out there in at that deep cover position, but Meryl Deckling off the mark in T20I cricket.
Good to see Wesley Barassi, Dutch international, popped into the chat saying our new signing for HBS might be an Irish ladies cricketer.
Wow.
Know anything about that?
No, I do know absolutely nothing, and I did see Wes this morning. He didn't give me any insight to that, so
hope he's well.
Yeah, he's a lovely man. Good to see him enjoying his cricket so much at the moment, Corey.
Yeah, good to have him back, that's for sure. 1 ball left in this 15th. Sargent, pretty impressive figures on debut. I'm sure all her family and friends would be excited for her debut as well.
Yeah, I saw a hell of a lot of the Sargents are sitting over here at the ground, so exciting to see. A lot of green over here, as well as the orange, so yeah, plenty of support just floating around the ground today, Corey.
Yeah, 68 for 8 after 15. I'm sure the Irish supporters will enjoy that day off tomorrow. As I mentioned, 15 minutes away from Amsterdam, and the Irish do have a pretty good reputation of a beverage from time to time.
Yeah, I haven't seen much Guinness floating around, but there's always an Irish pub somewhere in a city, isn't there, Corey?
Yeah, absolutely. As we have a look at this ECC coming up, our marquee event, Pierce, 31 nations, Netherlands as we know are through to finals week. Tell me about a couple of countries quickly. Who are you looking out for?
All right, Group A, I'm picking Czech Republic. I'm picking out of Group 2. I am going Belgium are going to make a resurgence. Denmark out of Group C. I'm going Hungary to pull something unbelievable against the Island 11. What I've seen from the Swiss last week, phenomenal. So I'm picking them out of that group.
Well, there's a couple of smokies there, as that multi would definitely build up, as that's once hit to deep square for a 1. But no, that is an exciting event, 31 nations, and it's a 3 days for each group, and then if you get to the finals where you get a week fiesta of cricket. As Kelly, well, you got 4 for 12, and you'd be hoping for a 5. Find me her best international figures for me quickly, Piers, because I reckon these must be close to it. That's cut nicely, but just a dot ball as that offside is very tight there in the ring. So 69 for 8 here. Sun shining, but a gloomy batting display, it has to be said, for the Dutch. A poor start, a slight recovery, and then a bit of a collapse again.
Best figures, Corey.
Yeah, best figures right now for Kelly on your screen of 4 for 12. Best in her international T20 career. In the air, make it 5. Well, there you go. That's the Michelle Pfeiffer. 5 wickets for Kelly. Congratulations. 5 for 12. Best international figures and a 5-wicket haul.
Yeah, awesome spell of bowling has come in the middle, which is probably a skill set that she's only continued to develop. You know, like I say earlier in the comms, used to bowling with the new ball, but coming into the middle of the innings today and has just absolutely destroyed the Dutch middle order.
Well, I think that highlight, that 4th wicket will go down as one of the best balls we've seen, but 5 wickets in total. Congratulations, Kelly. And, well, I'm sure her family are watching around the world and they'll be cock-a-hoot at the moment. 5 wickets, first international 5-wicket haul. And unfortunately for the Dutch, it just hasn't been their time. Wesley Bracey clarifying that comment, saying he wants Kelly in the team. He's found he is the RBS captain, so he's found Kelly and wants her to come and play some top class of cricket. Don't blame him. His RBS have had a tough year. But there's 9 wickets down for 69. And you have to be a little bit worried here that they're going to be severely under par.
Yeah, they're probably just going to fall short of something even half competitive, if we're being honest there, Corey. But look, you never know. Anything's possible in the game of T20 cricket.
Cricket is a funny, funny game. You're not out of it until the last run is hit.
You know, I think what will be most disappointing is they were 57 for 2, Corey, now, and now they're 69 for 9. So it has been quite a drop-off.
Are you sure it was 50?
Apologies. Yeah. It was 4 for 57.
Thank you.
Apologies.
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit excessive.
Well,
Kelly has the opportunity for a 6 for, and that is rare. It's a play and miss. Delang comes out, who's better known for her leg spin bowling, which I'm looking forward to watching a little bit later. But yeah, a 6 for doesn't come often. You've got 2 deliveries. All you're thinking here, get that leg cutter straight.
Yeah, just got to hit the stumps here, you
Well,
feel.
actually, you don't even have to get it straight. You can start it down the leg side and spin it back.
Yeah, it's pretty unreal. But let's see, what has Arlene got for us?
Oh, that's the delivery. Top ball. There's Kroom in the chat. If you are on the social network on YouTube, in our chat section, he's gifted a European Cricket Network membership, and you can actually gift people to get a little emerald. And I'm not too sure what the membership does, but why not sign up?
Yeah, no, it sounds like a bucket full of laughs, Corey.
Oh, there's plenty going on. Last ball of this fantastic spell from Kelly. And beats the edge, but well done. 5 for 12, Arlene Kelly. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, an absolutely splendid spell of bowling. 4 overs unbroken through the middle, and like I say, it's completely derailed the Dutch innings from a score that, potentially had the outlook of potentially a score of around 120 is now completely just, sort of just slumped to 69 for 9, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, Rabeen Reich has looked like she's played on a different surface almost. She looked phenomenal for 38 of 35. Malcolm Bohr, I have to give a lot of credit to, came in when there were 3 or 4 down for not many, has watched another collapse and is still there doing a job.
Yeah, trying her best. And again, like I say, the experience gained for a young player like Faber is really, really beneficial, and we hope to see her being able to slide further and further up that order and be able to pull better innings in the future, as that one's knocked away and they'll try and push for 2.
Yeah, you don't want to get run out, but there probably is 2 there if you can go on the arm, and they do. That's good running from Malcolm Bohr, who will keep the strike. Sargent looking for her first international wicket. That would almost be a dream way for the Irish to come off field. If Sargent picks up a wicket here, it's almost the perfect bowling innings.
Yeah, I really like the way that the cut of her jib, as they say, Corey. Really nice off spinner. Sort of keeps it quite tight on the offside. So, yeah, no, there'll be there's a lot of support here for her. I'm sure they'll be looking for a wicket.
The Irish, just for me, you're just watching their fit. We get to see a little bit more than what's on screen about their fielding movements, their positioning. Short thirds run across to 45 now, 45 to sprint it to be a wicket. They just look like they're on, don't they? They look like a very well-drilled team.
Yeah, and again, like I say, that professionalised setup and becoming a full member, the amount of staff that they have involved and the capital they're able to put in, you're really seeing a team that is a fully paid, fully professional unit, or in comparison to the Dutch, who are fledgling and sort of trying to push into that space.
Well, even when you go lesser to the Spanish, I tell you what, money is scarce, as we do see Delank, number 11, on strike here. What can Sargent do? Fly delivery. Well played, actually. Digs that out with an open face. So should get 2 for her trouble, and she will get 2. Good batting from DeLange.
Yeah, Caroline DeLange is a very good cricketer. Really skilled operator with the ball, and she's definitely no mug with the bat as well, Corey. I mean, in club cricket, and yes, there's a difference between club and international cricket, but is very adept at being able to make the odd 30, 40, and put teams under pressure in the middle.
Well bowled and dug out. Well, it's not very often you get this many deliveries as a number 11, but she does have a job to do here, DeLange. If she can hold up a bit of an end, find a single here and there, and Malcolm Ball potentially find a boundary or 2, maybe 100 is still on, as that is not far away from Sargent's first international wicket.
It just slid on with the arm there, Corey. Looked like maybe it could have been an arm ball just going past the outside edge.
That's a good action. Up and over. Not much spin from this end, but the other end we've seen what can happen.
Yeah, well, I've seen, again, I think the energy that Kelly was able to put on the ball was able to get something out of the wicket with it. So, very impressive to watch we'll see what the skipper does from this end.
And well dug out. So that will be the over complete. Another tiny over from Sargent. The score at the end of 17, Pierce, it is 74 for 9.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, 57 for 4, Corey, at one stage.
Yep.
Dutch will be so disappointed not to be able to capitalise on the rebuild that they were able to make.
It's a little bit similar to the other series I watched them playing a month ago, unfortunately. They had glimpses of good partnerships and this and that, and then a big collapse. And you can see we've actually had 3 overs where a double wicket has fallen, and that hurts. So, unfortunately, the wickets have tumbled in clumps, and it's not what you need.
No, it's definitely not what you need, Corey. It's very, very, very valid point you've made there. Is that we're going to see some people wander in front of the side screen, so we might be slightly delayed here.
Well, yeah, it does look like 3 spectators are about to go straight past the sight screen, and well, here they come in the back of your screens here. If you can keep an eye and
wait for it.
Here they
it's
come.
Coming.
Well, maybe not. No, just off screen.
We cut away. That's
Yep.
good. That's professional.
MSTV number 1. I think that's who's with us. Not sure, but anyway,
Skipper brought herself back into the attack to finish this off. Laura Delaney.
how like
Change
it.
of ends.
Hot high in the air and dropped. Well, it's the first blip that you would say we've seen in a while. Cover point was back. They've had that up a few times, mainly because it was Malcolm Ball, but that could have been the end of the innings.
Yeah, just out of the reach of Sargent. Had to make quite a bit of ground. And you would have thought maybe Gabby Lewis there at extra cover could have got around as well.
Got both hands to it, just out of reach though.
Yeah, just couldn't quite make enough ground to make it a comfortable catch. As we see that cover now come into the ring, Corey, for the number 11 DeLange.
Yeah, pushed into the offside, and there's that cover point who's just come in the ring.
So, Corey, a little bit about the Irish.
Talk to me.
Number 66 here, Gabby Lewis, played in the 100 last year for the Northern Superchargers. Opening batter, very, very impressive. She will hit the ball hard. So I think you'll enjoy watching her. Young Amy Hunter is only about 17, I believe, Corey, and she played in the national team last year, and she's already got an ODI 100.
Yeah, nice. Do you know who the ODI 100 happened to be against?
No, but you got to tell me.
Well, I can't tell you. My Wi-Fi has been in and out the whole innings,
Look,
Biff.
I'll try my best, but I remember sort of looking up stats. 16 years old last year when she took on the Dutch, and you'll love the way she goes about it, Corey. Beautiful full face of the bat. Proper batter.
Yeah. What would the Dutch need to do to stay in this game? How many early wickets do you think would keep them in it, as this one's cut nicely into a big pocket of space? Well, I'll tell you what, this is bonus runs. DeLange gets that away for a gorgeous 4.
Yeah, beautiful cut shot. Just waited for the ball wide enough and was able to get a hell of a lot of power. That sort of skipped off the block there, Corey. Yeah,
I don't think we've seen enough of it, because obviously there's been a few batting collapses, but I reckon this outfield's rapid.
No, there's no doubt it's rapid.
Look at this. Pushed into the gap with some good timing, and
They just sped away.
You do not have a chance to turn and run and get that ball. So 4 valuable runs. DeLange at number 11 is doing a good job here.
Sweeper's gone out now as well, Corey, so they've gone back to the 4 fielders back out. Just wanting to sort of damage control here. I mean, yeah, back to your question. Look, I think the Dutch, realistically, we obviously both know that they're going to have to bowl the Irish out if they're going to win this game. You're not defending the score in 20 overs unless there may be 9 down, but even then you believe that they'd probably get bowled out trying to chase it.
Oh, a bit of a yes-no maybe on the last ball, but clearer heads prevail. Delaney not a bad over there, but 18 overs complete. The Dutch 79 for 9.
Yeah, I mean 11 runs off these last 2 overs, try and get to 90.
I think any run's a bonus now. That ball could have been caught at the start. Look at these bowling figures, and, well, everyone would be pretty happy, despite maybe Cara Murray, who went for 11 off her only over. But, I mean, Ava Canning, 3 overs, 1 for 8. 2 overs for Prendergast, 1 for 9. There's so many bowlers there that have had a good day, but Kelly has been the standout with that 5-wicket haul.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the way that the Dutch do play these last 2 overs. What do they see? Do they see batting these 20 overs out important, or does Malcolm Moore sort of take the bull by the horns and try and hit a few runs in this over, take down the off spin? It'll be interesting to see how the young batter goes.
Yep, 12 balls. What can they do? Well, it gets aggressive. It's a nice looking stroke, but we'll find deep mid on just for a single.
Really like the stroke play of Malcolm Moore. Is, coming into her own, having faced now 30 balls, has started to look a little bit more aggressive, looking front of the wicket rather than behind as well.
This is why we have some of the best viewers in the world. Matthew Hodgson's come and said the 100 was against Zimbabwe.
There you go. See, this is what you need sometimes.
Oh, nice shot. Good batting. Delang loves that little late cut, it looks like, and they could come back for 2, but they'll settle for the 1. But no, this is why, when you have commentary at a higher level, as you know, you have like an analyst in the background that would do the stats. Our viewers are our analysts. So they just go look up things, and they're very, very knowledgeable because they can access Google.
Yeah, no, it's always helpful. I mean, obviously we had the pleasure of being able to do that Pakistan-Netherlands series, and being able to have all the, having Hawkeye and all these little things as we see Malcolm Moore pump the ball out to deep mid-wicket. Slight misfield.
Could go 2.
Unfortunately, DeLunga probably not running hard enough there to be able to get in and out and look for that second run, but nonetheless, like the shot. But you are, I think the opportunity to sort of, use the viewers as part of the commentary is such an exciting thing and such a positive. I mean, it keeps everyone involved, and everyone's so positive in the group chat. I mean, it's always fun.
We have some of the most faithful viewers in the world. They just don't stop tuning in as that is cut into the offside for a dot ball. And I think a lot of credit has to go to our production crew and everyone in the office in Switzerland. When you think 1,700 live games in multiple countries, it is chaos, but it's controlled chaos, and somehow we get great production up. So well done to everybody involved as we have 2 balls remaining in this 19th. Can Sargent pick up her first international wicket? Not yet, as that's pulled down through mid-wicket for a 1.
Have you seen Prendergast throw? I mean,
Cannon.
Just so he throws it with such ease. And you just, I remember sort of seeing her a few years ago as a cricketer, and such a young cricketer. And I think only about 19 or 20 now, maybe not even, but just such a talent, both bat and ball, as Malcolm Moore knocks that one down to long on. We'll keep the strike. I'd say that's a pretty decent debut if I was an off-spinner. 4 overs for 17, Corey.
Yep. Good job from Sargent. Almost her day to pick up a wicket, but 17 is pretty good. 84. 84 for 9. 1 to go.
Yeah, look, nice little partnership between number 11 and number 5, I believe, and number 6. Yeah, good to see young Favour sort of being able to put something together here. We're going to see, speak of the devil, all the Prendergast is coming back into the attack, Corey. A little bit of extra pace, maybe try and target these stumps and get this over and done with.
See, I think that's a bit of a bonus here for the Dutch, because this is where you want that little French cut-off, thin edge to fly for 4. And with that extra pace on the ball, I feel like it definitely could. Malcolm Ball's done a good job, 21 off 32. Seen 2 collapses during this innings, but has stayed there. Last 6 deliveries of this very first innings. Crunched. Mid-on's in the ring. Super unfortunate. That has been laced. Mid-on in the ring, mid-off in the ring, and she picked her out perfectly.
Yeah, sometimes it just, a day when it's just not going to go. But it was a good piece of fielding there by Arlene Kelly. She has been the star of this first innings. But being able to get in behind that and, like you say, a metre either side, 4 runs.
Yeah, on a different day.
Really like the aggressive nature of this run-up. Hits the wicket hard.
Well, there's the splice shot. That's going to balloon over backward point with a bit of top spin, so they should be able to get back for 2. And that's what the extra pace can do.
Yeah, look, it was obviously a big swing there by DeLunga, but, if you get that out of the middle, that goes for 4 or 6. Little Nick goes for 2.
Not very often your number 11 in a T20 gets into double digits, so these are super handy runs from DeLunga. You can see she was tracking back, but that was always going over the top.
You also don't want to be throwing yourself backwards onto the mat. At least not on a Monday.
No.
Full and straight, maybe.
Oh, they could have gone one, I think, there. Just a bit of a defensive stroke and slight hesitation. 3 balls remaining. I see, after this rebuilding, I'm happy to throw the kitchen sink here. If you do get bowled out now, it doesn't matter. See if you can find that boundary.
Yeah, I don't mind to see Caroline try and get Faber on strike for these final 2 balls to try and take better advantage. But let's see what Caroline can do.
Well, in a half of the bat, they do go for the one hit. Mid-on is in the ring and they'll get the single. So DeLunga 11, Malcolm bought 22, 2 remaining. 1 boundary would be brilliant for the Dutch. I'll be happy with that out of these 2 deliveries.
Yeah, it's been such a stop-start innings, hasn't it, Corey?
Early wickets, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just got you behind the game, and then they got back into the game, and then they got back behind the game again. It's just, they'll be really disappointed. I'm sure Shane Dietz will be able to, have a really good debrief with the girls, on the rest day tomorrow, and be able to look at how they can put a stronger batting performance together as we see finally come up and Long On go back for the final 2 balls.
Well, bonus run down the leg side for a wide.
Do have to question that option from Prendergast to go the full straight Yorker with the 45 in the ring. With the fine leg down, I don't mind it.
Probably thinking that if she mis-executes in a half volley, she wants that coverage.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but maybe the third man up.
Or even cover point.
Yeah, like I say, I don't think Faber's really looked to access through the offside today. So, I think, like you say, one of those 2 options would have been better.
Well, we go straight to 45, and that's been the story for Ireland as it's almost a run out. It does seem that in most of the decisions they've made, the ball then goes straight to that fielder.
Yeah, it's one of those strange pieces. It would have actually probably summed up the day if that ball had then hit the stumps from the 45. But good that they ran, and to be fair, Gabby Lewis backing up there at extra cover was then, considering her options to throw the ball at the bowler's end, and Monkabor was dawdling along. And if the ball had been released and hit the stumps, she would have been well and truly gone. But 90 for 9. We talked about trying to get to 90.
Well, we talked about batting the innings as well. They're going to do it.
They are going to do it. And Caroline's strapping up for one last delivery. Get those shoes nice and tight. You're going to get the running boots on here.
Yeah, clear that front leg. Keep that head as still as possible and try hit it to Amsterdam if you can.
I'd love to go to Amsterdam right now, actually.
Yeah, Here's one of my favoured cities for obvious reasons. Has last ball of this innings. Shorter ball. She gets to get a bit of it. It's going to land in a pocket of space, so they should get back for an easy 2. And they will get back for 2.
Hit down and run. Well done.
Yeah, so 92 for 9. In the end, a last wicket partnership. We'll find out exactly what that partnership was. Has got them to 92. You would say it's probably 30 or 40 under par, but a slight recovery in the end because they could have easily been bowled out for 75 or something there a couple of times.
Yeah, 23-run partnership, Corey, in the end, just for that last wicket. Just, the difference between 69 for 9 and 69 all out to 92. You never know, Corey. T20 cricket at its best.
Yeah, we've seen enough on this network as well to know that anything can happen. As you can see, the Dutch batters walking off. And well done to the Irish ladies. Kelly did take 5 wickets in there. And you can see some warm smiles and high fives there because it's only half a job, but it's a very good start.
Yeah, no, beautiful way to finish. And we see the highlights. Yeah, that ball to Babette later just nipping back. Beautiful delivery. And then again, to Frederic Overdyke. Saw that ball again nip down the line.
It's a good delivery.
Batting beside the ball is something I'm sure that Shane Dietz will have a word to his batters about. So seen a couple of really nice bits of running between the wickets. Yeah, it's been a really up and down, topsy-turvy innings, Corey. I think, the Dutch will just feel like what could have been.
Yeah, I think so as well, as then Kelly came in and proved a pretty big difficulty for the Dutch batters throughout the middle to late order, just with these rolling sort of leg cutters. It was exceptional bowling, and overall I think the keeping was tidy as well from Amy Hunter, and I think the fielding effort from everyone involved from the Irish ladies was exceptional to start the series. They've really set the tone for themselves, and they'll feel like they've done the pretty good job so far. If they can have a good power play with the bat, they'll be looking to close this game off early. One thing you touched on was their arms and their throwing ability, Pierce. Quite exceptional. Rabeen Reich in the middle, though, she was the shining light, wasn't she? A very good innings.
Yeah, one of the two, definitely. And I think, Rabeen will be really pleased. And the only thing that I would say is she's probably disappointed not to get to 50. But nonetheless, a lot of positives for Rabeen to take. Play some really excellent shots to that. And the Dutch, we're hoping that they can put something together in the second dig. You see those final few highlights, and again, Arlene Kelly was the one that came into the middle of the innings and completely derailed the Dutch. It was very, very impressive performance. Couple of catches. That was our ball of the day, wasn't it, Corey?
Ball of the century in women's cricket. That might win it. That was something that I don't think we'll ever see again. Remarkable delivery around the legs, and then got us right to this back end where the wickets were all falling, and we thought, oh no, they're going to be bowled out maybe in the 15th or 16th over. Only got the fifer. But in the end, they did put on a 23-run partnership, we believe, for the last wicket to get themselves up to something that's under par, but you never know what could happen. As you can see, people out there getting the ground already. 4 ducks in the innings hurts, but 38 of 35 for Rabeen Reich, 23 of 34 for Phoebe Malcolm-Bohr, and Caroline Delaney, you have to touch on 13 of 19 for a number 11. Exceptional.
Yeah, and also I want a big shout out to the Irish with just the 5 wides, and again, really minimising the extras, always important in T20 and short form cricket. So, 92 for 9, Corey, at the halfway mark. So under par for sure, but we'll have to wait and see what the Dutch can bring.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at the bowling figures here, and pretty reading for a lot of them. We have to talk the most about Arlene Kelly, her first international, 5 wicket haul, 5 for 12, 1 for 8 up there for Canning, 1 for 17 for Prendergast, 2 for 13 for Dempsey, and even Sargent will give some comment, none for 17 on debut, I think bowled really well. Laura Delaney also no wickets, but none for 11 overall, pretty exceptional. So that does take us to the halfway stage, 92 for 9. Pierce, are you here in the second innings, or do you have to shoot?
No, I might pop in for the little start of the innings, but
okay.
Yes, we let's wait and see, Corey. But thanks for the first innings, mate, and looking forward to later on.
Yeah, absolutely. So 92 for 9. Do join us in a little over 15 minutes for the second half of this game. Bye for now.
European Cricket Network event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software and Fizz Away.
Hello everybody and welcome back. With some live pictures on your screen there. That's the Dutch ladies who are in the team huddle as they almost take the field here in the second half of this game. And overall, it's been the Irish so far. 92 for 9. They bowled and fielded exceptionally well. And they'll feel that they've had a good start in the field. If they can have a good power play with the bat, one good partnership might kill this game off for the Dutch, who are on your screens right now. They'll be thinking a couple of early wickets, create a bit of pressure, maybe see if we can get this ball spinning from the airport end, and they'll get themselves back into this game. And there's the Irish batters on your screen who just waiting for the Dutch to finish their huddle and enter the field. It's usually kosher for the umpires go first, then the fielding team, and then the batters, and that's exactly what you're seeing. So we're almost set to go in the second half of this match. Been all Ireland so far. A very disciplined performance overall. Highly enjoyable. But the question marks will be, can the Dutch get themselves back into this game? I'm sure we'll see Iris Willing with the new ball. As we're almost set to go. Good opportunity to welcome back everyone around the world, especially those in India via fan code, and everyone in the subcontinent, and everyone on our YouTube chat. Very fun interacting with all of you in the very first innings. Plenty of questions and comments coming in. So do feel free to have any words you'd like with myself and Piers Fletcher, who's going to join us in a little bit again for the first few overs of this second innings. And well, it will be Iris Willing who's going to bowl that first over, opening the bowling today. It'll be a pretty good cricketer if you're going to do that. Looks like deep third and deep square are the two boundary riders. And Amy Hunter, wicketkeeper batter, is going to be taking this very first ball. The target is 93. And it might look like an easy chase, but as Piers Fletcher said before, as I welcome him back on the air, anything can happen in cricket, Piers, and 93, it's not game over yet.
No, and I like the slip-in as well for the Dutch. You've got to try and take wickets. That's the only way you're going to win this game here, and Iris Willing has been tasked with that job. Mid-on, mid-wicket and deep square, the only fielders on the leg side.
Right, clipped into that leg side, and well, nice safe start there for Hunter, who gets herself off the mark with a little tuck off the hip for one, and that'll bring Lewis on strike.
Yeah, really exciting opening batting partnership, Hunter and Lewis. Obviously mentioned them at the back end of the last innings, Corey, but yeah, two players with immense talent. Gabby Lewis, very, very good player, like I say, has played in franchise cricket previously with the Northern Superchargers last year in the 100. And young Amy Hunter, who, Corey, like I say, I think if she spends any sort of time at the crease, you'll enjoy watching her.
It's a lovely looking start, driven straight to cover point for a dot. Yeah, so dangerous openers out there at the moment. But for the Netherlands, they'll be thinking, can we take some early wickets, get a couple of inroads? Iris Willing, for me, was a standout bowler in the series a month ago in the Tri-Series versus Thailand to Scotland. She bowled some great deliveries and got through the gate a few times. She comes trucking in much more, and that's an underneath sort of edge that's going to fly out to third for a single. So both openers off the mark, always a nice feeling.
Yeah, both off the mark, and like I say, just settle the nerves a little, just wide of Heather Seegers there, and that sort of floating 1.5, 2 slip line. Probably looks a little bit wider there, as you can see on the screen.
Yeah, so just a little bit of an underneath edge that scoots along the ground and does beat Seegers there for the one. Again, nice. It looks like Hunter's got a bit of time at the crease. Just clips that calmly for another one. And I guess that's one thing, Piers. There's the experienced experienced Irish lineup. They don't need to take undue risks. I know they'll be looking for the boundaries when the time's right, but in another way, they can coast their way there if they really want to.
Yeah, I think an opportunity to spend some time at the crease, get used to conditions again. I mean, they've not been here for a year, so the opportunity to do so is always one of benefit.
Yeah, nice looking stroke. That's the old square drive, and this quick outfield It is fast. The first boundary in this run chase for Lewis. And Piers Fletcher, what a lovely drive that is.
Yeah, driven out to a few supporters over there on the far side. But, yeah, no, lovely shot. Waited for it nicely, and I think that's a big thing that the Dutch will look at for tomorrow. Or, sorry, apologies for Wednesday. Just look at that contact point. Nice and close to the body. Allows Lewis there to be able to access wherever she wants with the ball.
Yeah, now tucked away on the leg side, bit of a yes-no there, but it's going to be a dot ball. What a lovely start this for Ireland. They already are 7 for none after 1.
Yeah, no. Lovely controlled start. Obviously, the Dutch were put under pressure in their first over. So, yeah, like I say, a nice calm start, and I'm sure that is what they will be looking for throughout this innings, Corey.
Yeah, I dare say it's going to be Lynch bowling from what I've been describing as the airport end. Right arm off spin. Bowled 3 overs in the power play every game she played versus Scotland and Thailand. We do show you what is coming up around the corner from the 25th of September to the 20th of October. 42 days to go. The Euros of cricket. 31 nations, 1 European champion. And you can follow it all live. 4 weeks of Carter Mania. Pierce, what a cool event that is.
Oh, I love going to it every year. It's already docked down. We'll be there for finals week with the Netherlands 11. Looking forward to trying to defend that crown.
As that ball's flight, and what a nice shot that is into a huge box. That might go the whole way. You betcha. The first Maximo of this series. The big slog sweepers, 6 runs.
Corey, look, I said if Amy Hunter spends any amount of time, you'll be impressed. But she's been at the crease for 1.1 overs, and I'm sure you're already impressed with the way she goes about it.
It's a great shot. Flush. And now I'm liking that as much as the 6 that she just hit. I've seen 3 little tucks off the hip. Just she looks like an always scoring player.
Yeah, I think a player with an immense amount of time. I mean, that was the big thing that we noticed last year during the ODI series. It's just a player that has an immense amount of time on the ball.
Yep.
Gabby Lewis, a bit more hard-hitting. Corey looks to go at the ball.
Well, Lynch got away a lot in the previous series, bowling 3 overs at the top, and no one really trying to take her on. So a different approach from the Irish.
Those 2 fielders set out on the rope there at deep mid-wicket and deep backward square, Corey.
Cut into a pocket of space, but well moved there in the offside by Malcolmbaugh, who keeps it to a dot. Yeah, danger signs already for the Dutch, Pierce. I know they've only got 92 on the board, defending 93. They need wickets, and they need them now.
Yeah, that there is no doubt, Corey.
Flighted delivery, and well, the Irish, a little bit of a different sort of approach than what I saw from Thailand and Scotland. They want to take Lynch on, and that's a gorgeous shot for 4.
Yeah, just like I say, just the confidence of which they're able to play that, and that just shows, just playing more cricket at a higher level, that shot is not an easy shot to play, Corey. That's on the stumps. Being able to back off towards the leg stump and open up that straight mid-off area, beautiful way to get yourself to 9.
And then comes the little tuck around the corner for a dot. So Lynch under the pump, the Dutch under the pump. It's only 75 more runs. But yeah, impressive start from these 2 openers. Both moved on to 9.
Well, like you say, Corey, Lynch has opened the bowling quite regularly, in T20s and generally bowled through the power play. It'll be interesting to see if Captain Seegers makes a change in the next over.
Good comeback that last delivery. That's 2 overs complete. The score is 18 for none. I imagine we're going to see Iris Swilling continue, and she is predominantly one of their spearheads, a lovely strong action tall bowler. As we have a look at those groups as we're touching on the ECC a bit, we heard a few about your tips, Pierce, and I think the most exciting part about this whole event is how big it's gotten. I remember when it started a few years ago, it might have been 8 teams and still 12, 16. We're at 31 European nations going to that event as Zwilling comes in, and there goes Zwilling. What a lovely shot that is. And it doesn't come out the middle of the bat, but I think this should be 3.
Yeah, Van Koolwijk chasing after and does very well and keeps it to 2.
Yep.
The young Tyro.
Oh, this is T20 batting, isn't it? This is what you want to see. You come to a T20, you want to see aggressive strokes, and it looks like Ireland are a little bit like, if you're going to put it in my half, I'm going to back my natural ability to hit it over the top.
Yeah, and I think, Babette Delata there as the vice-captain of this squad, sort of signalling to Heather Seegers that maybe we need to make a change. And see on the screen there, Seegers in there at mid-wicket. So no slip now, and mid-wicket, mid-on, deep square and 45, the leg side fielders.
You're right, Pierce. Hunter looks like she has an extreme amount of time to get in line with the delivery and play it accordingly. Ira Swilling isn't slow. She gets it through. And tall bowler, good strong action. Usual some tail away from the right-hander, bit of outswing, and every now and then can get some natural variation where it stays its line and goes onto the stumps.
I mean, Corey, you should know, Amy Hunter is 17 years old.
Yeah, phenomenal.
I mean, just the way the setup works and the full face down the line of the ball is one of such time and such class.
I think every shot she's played so far has been out, pretty much out the middle of the bat. And looking good, 11 off 7. Shortish ball and stands tall to run that down to third. Good batting, just the one.
Merrill Dickling down there at third man on debut.
So a question then, Pierce, you're a coach. Would you go back to Lynch again? Or do you think it's just not a bit of a mismatch?
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what the Dutch do because, like you say, generally Zwilling and Lynch have done a lot of the power play bowling. So it is almost what do the Dutch have in the locker to be able to bowl in the power play other than those two. It's a nice delivery. Sort of a bit of a hard length. Can't be able to sort of take that one on too much. Yeah, so I know maybe the debutant Van Koolwijk maybe comes into the attack early. Rabin Reich has been used, I think, a little bit in the power play. I don't see Hannah Landier or Caroline De Lange as options, I don't think, in the power play. Maybe outside Frederick Overdyke, potentially. Maybe they want to stay slow and maybe a Faber Molkenboer. Pushed a bit on and good fielding there by Van Koolwijk. Stops the single. That ends the third over. 21 without loss. And like I say, the Irish Corey are cruising.
Yeah, they are, Pierce. I mean, it's a good start, 21. 21's good at any level of cricket off 3 overs. But when you're chasing 90, 93, yeah, you're already making quite an indent into that chase. It does look like we're going to see an early change. I think DeLange's going to come on. You know what? I like it. I like some proactive captaincy from Seegers here. And DeLange probably gets more spin than Lynch. So spinning it away from the right-handers could prove an opportunity here as she's going to come in and bowl the fourth.
Well, I think, like you say, Corey, it's the ability to have that overspin. So probably not the opposition I would have potentially gone with, but that might be a slight defensive option. This could be the aggressive option. I think Caroline De Lange come into the attack. Right arm leg spinner, very talented bowler. Maybe that pace out, maybe the pace off the ball will be one of great benefit here as we get a lot of wind coming through the tent here. First of all, just ducked away to backward point, and Frederick Overdyke does the fielding. Still a lot of positivity from the Dutch girls out there in the middle. Zwilling trying to amp up the girls, trying to see if they can find that first breakthrough. Wide and just bunted into the covers. But, looking a little bit disappointed with herself. And I think with that, the experience of Lewis being able to just come down and just remind her there's plenty of time here. Don't need to try and take it on too much. So, ball 3. Now, well, I don't know what the conversation was, but it wasn't one of get your head down and find me a single. It was you get on with it. So, beautiful shot by Hunter down the ground. The Dutch still operating with that deep backward square and deep mid-wicket out there. So, just the 4 fielders on the offside. Yeah, just a little bit of pressure for the Dutch. But a pressure shot, I would also say, is now that one's tossed up again. And it's going to be a 1 bounce 4 for Hunter. And yeah, beautiful shot here. Anything that's been over-pitched, the Irish have had absolutely nothing short of absolute disdain. What a great shot. Awesome shot again by Hunter. As I welcome back to the commentary box, good friend, co-commentator and buddy old pal of mine, Corey Rutgers. Corey, what a shot. Great of you to walk back in just then.
Yeah, just sorting out some post-match presentation items in the background. Plenty of moving parts to get everything going. And that's a bit closer than you think, but maybe a bit of glove on that to not go up for the appeal. You said look out for Hunter. Mightily impressed. It's only been 13 deliveries, but looks like a batter that has so much time and has all the shots
Well, I think that's the big point. Square leg now up and the deep mid-wicket out, and then looking to play that sort of sweep. Maybe a long dot there, but great fielding by Overdyke at backward point. That ends the over. 6 off it, just the 2 and the 4. And after 4 overs, Ireland now 27 without loss.
Yeah, it's not looking great at the moment for the Dutch. They need a wicket, and they need it now, unfortunately.
I think what's always nice as a chasing team here is that your openers do get you off to a good start. The ability to just go, oh, cool, we haven't lost 2 or 3 wickets in the first couple of overs as we see what's coming up. I won't be here, but I'm sure Corey will be able to lead you through, and I'm sure he might find a special guest or two on Wednesday and Thursday.
Absolutely. So make sure you do come back on Wednesday. Same kick start time at 2 p.m. on the Wednesday local times. That ball's a bit shorter and cut nicely into the offside. Unfortunately, that's a misfield. And it does break through. Now, will that trickle across the rope? You betcha it does. Well, when you don't have many runs on the board, Pierce, your fielding standards have to lift, but that's a misfield for 4.
Yeah, the Dutch going all in with Iris Villing coming for a 3rd over, but yeah, Rabin Reich's got to do better there. I mean, that's gone through. I mean, it was powerfully hit by Gabby Lewis, but yeah, 4 runs to start the over. Straight away on the back foot, the Dutch again in this 5th over.
Fuller delivery, crunched straight, but Zwilling does well to get a hand on it, keep it to a dot. I don't mind them going to the well here with Zwilling as well. She's your spearhead, you need wickets. But I just feel like maybe Ireland are enjoying that extra pace on the ball.
Yeah, look, I'm totally in agreement, Corey. Zwilling is the option here. But, yeah, it hasn't quite worked so far.
Another sumptuous drive. The noise off the bat from these 2 batters at the moment, Hunter and Lewis, they are looking magnificent.
Yeah, like I say, Corey, batters with high pedigree and have shown it in the level of cricket they've played and the sort of scores and the way they've gone about their cricket. So, yeah, it's always a challenge to raise yourself to that level as we see another drive.
I reckon
as
that's
far as Eva Lynch there in the covers.
every ball this over seems to have been hit quite firmly and straight at a fielder. One did burst through and go for 4. But this is a dream start for Ireland. When you're chasing a low total, you don't want any early hiccups, and right now, they're all over it.
Now the wicketkeeper, Babette Delader, coming up to the stumps now. Slightly interesting decision, because for me, I don't mind the batter moving around here, because it's meaning that the bowler is doing a really good job. So trying to keep her at home, it'll be interesting to see how Iris Villing is able to get that, but drops her length back a little. Good start to this over after that 4. I mean, it should have been 5 dots in a row here, Corey, but just the 4 off the first 5 deliveries.
Yeah, there's big raps on Iris Villing. I mean, opening the batting and opening the bowling for the country. And does have that long, strong run-up. Decent pace as well. Just need a couple of wickets here, the Dutch. Create something. Shot. Lovely
That's a lovely shot.
Yeah, well timed, and well, it's a quick outfield, and that will be 4. So she found the fielder on 5 deliveries in a row, but Lewis cashes in off the last ball of the 5th over. Ireland racing away in this first international T20 of the series. The score's 35 for none after 5.
Yeah, an absolutely stunning shot again by Gabby Lewis. Just look at the contact point. I mean, just the ability to be able to hit the ball under your eyes and have late contact just allows you so much control over the ball. I think that's what we've seen today between the 2 teams is just that slight better batsmanship. And it's just, yeah, look, it's got them into a really strong position at the 5 over mark, Corey.
Yeah, I just think the ball striking as well, just that it feels like they hit the ball just a little bit harder to these confident Irish openers. Delaying to bowl last over of the power play. Cut, but straight to backward point. Yeah, if they don't pick up a wicket soon, this game's almost too far gone, you imagine. Fly delivery. Gives herself a little bit of room to try and hit it through the offside. Interesting sort of field for me. A deep mid wicket and a deep mid on. I get it, but you are spinning it away. And you can see, I think Hunter here wants to create some room to the leg side and blast it through this ring of 4 fielders on the offside. You see there, opens up and, well, skews that one over to deep mid on. We'll get the 1. Delang started pretty well here, Pierce, considering bowling leg spin in the power play. Not an easy job.
Yeah, like, I was just saying earlier, I'm not sure I would have gone to that option, but potentially that was me being slightly defensive, and it was probably the aggressive and attacking option to bring the leg spinner into the attack. So, yeah, no, I don't think she's done a bad job at all, but would like to get it done with a little wicket as we see the deep square go back out and long on up now.
It's a flighted delivery and it's crunched straight. They brought mid on up, as you mentioned, and unfortunately Delang misses her length. A low full toss. That'll go for 4. And this dangerous opening partnership. You warned me, Pierce. You said you're going to enjoy watching them bat, and I really do. What a nice shot that is.
Yeah, like I've said a couple of times already today, the emerald green is shining. And, I think just the batsmanship has been excellent to watch. Unfortunately for Delanga, overpitched and punished.
Only 53 required now. How quickly this game has raced away from the Netherlands. It's a better length, well bowled, and good adjustment from Lewis also, who was quite assured of her work. But you come over, you fly across the ditch, you win the toss, you bowl well, you come out, you start. Well, this is almost a dream start to the series so far for the Irish ladies. That one's a little bit more dragged down and gets away with that, finds cover, which will end a successful power play for Ireland. The score at the end of 6 pairs is 40 for none.
Yeah, an excellent power play. And I think, Corey, when we spoke about it, you want to win the power play. And I think both times Ireland have won the power play today. So, beautiful start. Hunter, 19 off 17, as you've seen. A couple of beautiful shots. And Gabby Lewis, 21 off 19. And it just shows that a good start puts you in such a strong position to be able to consider your options later on in the innings.
Well, all set up from Arlene Kelly as well. If you only just joined us in this run chase, took the remarkable figures earlier of 5 for 12, her first international 5-wicket haul for the country, and it was the rolling leg cutters that did the job. I think her 4th wicket was a remarkable piece of bowling that hopefully you can see on our social medias. I'm sure our social media team will be getting those highlights ready.
I have no doubt of that. But you see there, Corey, on the screen, 27 for 4, played 40 for none. And I think that will be the big difference that Coach Shane Dietz and the Dutch will be thinking about.
I couldn't agree more. Rabeen Reich was a shining light with the bat earlier. Usually they say if you're an all-rounder and you bat well, it goes into your bowling and vice versa. So will she have her bowling boots on today? We're about to find out.
Keep her up to the stump straight away as well.
Nice shot through that squarish point again. And this outfield is one of the quickest I've seen out here at VR8. Good aggressive running, 2 to the total.
Oh, looking for 3 as well. That was very good from Gabby Lewis. Turned in and out, looking for the 3rd. Good piece of fielding there by Meryl Deckling. Down there at 3rd man, got around nicely. Got the slide in. Reich's going to have to bring a tighter line here, though, to put any sort of pressure on the put pressure on the Irish.
Another full delivery, and that one does beat the bat for a dot ball. Yeah, it hasn't been easy, you're right. What can they do? How can they have a bit of brilliance in the field, a great catch, or a little run out just to potentially get the ball rolling for the Netherlands, who have a little bit under par today.
Yeah, a big positive, Corey, is actually how many supporters have come out.
Yeah, plenty have come out today out here to watch this game. Fantastic indeed. Full deliveries sumptuously driven into the offside. You're right. But young Hunter doesn't look like a player of 17 years old, I think you were telling me. Looks like a player that's played the game a long time.
Yeah, no, very impressive start. Very enjoyable to watch. Yeah, it looked like there's a few first-time cricket watchers as well, Corey, along with a few grizzled veterans of the cricket sphere here in the Netherlands as well. So great to see a varied array of people.
Yeah, it's very good as that's hit down the ground for one. And plenty of new people in the chat and the YouTube chat today as well who've probably joined European Cricket Network for the first time. So I hope you're all enjoying the coverage. If it is your first time, I've mentioned a couple of times, but we do get around everywhere in Europe, 1,700 plus live games a year. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook at European Cricket Network. One of the biggest streamers of cricket around the globe.
Well, there's no doubt of that, Corey.
As this ball again is pushed very calmly into the offside. I think Ireland have done a lot of damage in that power play, and if they were to tickle it over at 4s and 5s from here, they won't be too bothered.
No, and I just think, I do think they'll want to get this done as quickly as possible, as always. But like you say, just the time on the ball and the ability to rotate strike. That's been probably the thing that I've been most impressed with here, Corey. Just the ability, even though I can't have the ability to get that word out there, into the covers quite easily as we...
well, they've gone to early...
early Concave. Hello.
Well, there's still a ball left. That's right, we are standing the whole time. As that is driven straight to the fielder. And that will be a dot ball, and that will take us to 7 overs complete. The score is 45 for none. As well, we do get to Comcam, and Pierce, you look like that you've grounded yourself down for the rest of this innings. I thought you were only going to stay for the first few overs.
Yeah, look, Subir, our brilliant match manager of today's game, and my under-19 manager is very busy at the moment, so the clothing operation has been put on hold until the end of this fixture. So it's a pleasure to be with you, my good friend.
Yeah, it's good to see you again, Pierce. And, well, it's great to have all of you around the world joining in for this 3-match international T20 series. Also, I did hear, I was off the air on the 4th over while Pierce took over. We are having a post-match presentation just with the player of the match award and a little bit of a summary at the end of the game. So do stay with us. The highlights will be rolling. Stay a couple extra minutes and then we'll get into that post-game presentation. But we are back on Wednesday and Thursday for this series. And it's been a pleasure having you here, Pierce, and all your Dutch knowledge. Matthew Hodgson had a quick message in the chat just before we went to the Comcam. Do either of us speak Dutch? Because we live here, and both fluent.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Both fluent. We won't be bringing it up on air just because, obviously, we're here for a global audience. But, look, in future, Matthew, if you come to the Netherlands, I will speak Dutch to you.
Ja, spreken Nederlands. En
Goedemiddag. As we see Caroline de Lange continue.
Well, fun fact is that's pushed into the leg side for, should be just the one, it will be.
Oh, it's a tight single there.
Both of us do have Dutch heritage. Mother's side, for myself, my last name's Thrutskes, and yourself.
Yeah, so
Fletcher's not so Dutch sounding.
No, but mum's side of the family is the Brunels,
yeah.
and the Brunels and the Van Wijnbergens. Yeah. So both from Montfort.
So technically, as that's driven straight, and what a gorgeous shot. Huge pocket of space. Don't tell me. Yes, tell me. 4 runs, 50 partnership off 7.2 overs.
Yeah, stunning partnership as well. One of class and one of power, Corey. Really love the way these two have batted. So enjoyable to watch. Like I say, you can really appreciate the batsmanship here. It is lovely to watch. They have been ruthless on anything slightly offline.
Do we have to say battership these days? Or what's that one? Is that slight appeal, but not out?
So it is tough, isn't it?
We
gender neutral.
Yeah, we don't say batsman now, we say batter. But what happens for batsmanship?
I would call them a batter, but I was saying it is an interesting. Maybe in the chat, something to consider, but I thought batsmanship.
Yeah, we let it.
But is it? I don't know. If I'm wrong, I apologise.
Don't even apologise. It's 2023. We're still all learning. So technically, you could say that you've got 2 Dutch commentators commentating a Dutch game.
Yeah, look, there's obviously an unconscious bias.
Well, I've been to Ireland. That's a beautiful country, and I've seen some beautiful batting today. It's good fielding there. I think that might be Lynch.
That's great. Eva Lynch there.
Yeah, saves 2 runs for her country. Good work. A nice shot. Almost another boundary.
Yeah, love that shot. I thought Eris Willing might have been in with a chance to catch that for a moment, but clearly far enough out of reach, and really well done there by Eva Lynch. Like I say, no television match official for this fixture.
Nice looking shot straight to cover, and that will be 8 overs complete. It is all Ireland. Luck of the Irish. It's 52 for none.
Did you just try and put an Irish accent on there?
Just a slight twang. I have been to Ireland. I've been to Malahide before. Down to Cork as well. I've actually, for my Irish viewers out there, I've actually kissed the Blarney Stone.
Wow.
I've bent upside down and kissed the stone as you're meant to over the railing, and before I did that, I'd never commentated. And then all of a sudden, the words just came. And
look at
me
you now. You're fluent in English and in Dutch.
And if this is the first time any viewers have heard of the Blarney Stone, I do recommend go look it up. It is an interesting story, the Blarney Stone. Gift of the gab, if you give it a kiss.
Yeah, 100%. And I saw our old mate Andrew Leonard on comms. The Irish are taking over the ECN, my friend.
From all reports, he absolutely loved it, but wasn't prepared for the long days.
Look, that'll get you. Welcome to the real world, Lenny.
Yeah. Glad that him and Mr. Maximo enjoyed their time in Switzerland. Some clean hitting in Switzerland as well. As Rabin Reich will come and bowl the 9th over here.
I'm seeing from Matthew, he is telling me it is battership, so that's good. Good for me to know.
Is it?
Oh, that's what he's written in there. Rabine Rikers continuing into her second over.
Just the one. Yeah, Rabine Rikers had a good day overall with bat in hand, looking to get a wicket here. And, well, Ireland, they have just started their series in complete control in all facets.
Yeah, it'd be a critical time to get a wicket to make anything happen, you'd say.
Oh, what a shot. Well, one of the shots of the day, there was no 45. There was, as Pearce throws his microphone down to collect the ball, sorry if you've lost your eardrums, but there was no 45, no deep fine leg, and we see the scoop shot, well executed, leg on the ground, and it just shows, oh, there goes my ears again, it's whacked away for 4. And the spectators didn't want to get up, so Pearce Fletcher went and did the hard work and collected that ball. Well done, Pearce.
Didn't even get there. Caroline Vancouver was far too quick for me. So I'm just going to stand here and let the next one go by, Corey.
Yeah, I would highly recommend that for everyone's eardrums. As
I hope they enjoyed it.
As that is one of the shots of the day. And now it's a crunching drive for cover. Sensational batting. As I have a question coming in from the Tin Tomato. Hello, the Tin Tomato in the chat. Guys, when are we getting an ECCW? Ireland, Scotland, Dutch, and maybe Jersey, Isle of Man, Italy, Greece, France, Germany, Spain, Sweden, ECI All-Star team from other nations. All I can say about an ECW, a women's ECC, watch this space. Ooh. Maybe there's a big announcement coming soon. I don't know if we've actually announced it.
No, it definitely hasn't been announced.
Okay, then I don't know what we're talking about then. But let's just say watch this space maybe December. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about.
Yeah,
much.
I'm
going to send a message out if we think. But I love the Tin Tomatoes because comment because
there's a robot in the chat.
I don't know if the robot's in chat, but in theory there is enough women's teams around Europe that you can play. It would be great to have a women's ECC.
I think there's definitely a sphere for it, Corey. I would say there's definitely a space.
We've launched our women's in the Spanish setup now. They played their first internationals last year.
Yeah,
done
I
quite
saw
well.
That. Yeah, absolutely. Is right in again and. So that's packed on the offside. Now, my question is here is, if we saw one thing from the Irish, they brought the stumps into play a lot. Now, with a field set like this, where you've only got 3 on the leg side, you can't really afford to bowl straight. So I'm really trying to wonder how Rikers trying to get wickets here, Corey.
Yeah,
probably a good question to ask at 58 for none, chasing 92, 93.
Not easy against this dangerous lineup. That is driven beautifully, but, well, bit of a missed field, and they will scamper through for a single. 9 overs complete here. The Irish are on top, 59 for none.
What we can say, Corey, is the weather has been stunning, and like you say, the outfield is rapid today.
I don't think I've seen it this quick up at VRA since England's 498 last year versus the Dutch men. As we have a look at that worm, and, well, you probably couldn't have had more polar opposites. At this stage, though, this is where the Dutch were coming back into it. You can see they're not that far away on the worm at this stage, but those double wicket overs just took out all the gas of this first innings, and, well, it looks like Ireland are going to go on to a comprehensive victory. It's more a matter of time than a matter of when.
No, I think you're, look, there does seem to be an inevitability about this chase happening, but we are going to see a change in the bowling, Corey. Faber Molkenbauer, who obviously batted quite nicely in that number 6 spot today, so now an opportunity to impress with the ball.
Yeah, right arm off spin as well. Similar to Lynch, but a little bit different in the run-up and the arm action. I'll tell you one thing, the Irish have done well of hitting those short balls out off to Heather Seegers at cover. They haven't been able to penetrate the offside as much as they maybe would have liked.
Also, how good is Heather Seegers?
Yeah.
Such a good fielder.
Very good fielder at cover. Very good fielder indeed. Again, well defended into the leg side. So 2 dot balls to start for Molkenbauer, which make her feel a lot more comfortable.
You see the KNCB hard-working staff behind us. Alex Delamare and Subir working hard to put on all the stuff, and in cooperation with the ECN. It's awesome to have you guys part of it, as I've mentioned.
Well, I just said that there's been so many deliveries that have been hit at cover, but this time she does get it to the left of Heather Seegers, and that'll be 4 more runs to the total. Hunter looking the goods.
Yeah, probably also just a bit of a commentator's curse on Heather Seegers there as well. She's been excellent, but it was a little bit wide, but you never know. She's a pretty spectacular fielder. Maybe she gets a hand on it. Not this time. Beautiful shot. Great power that these Irish batters seem to have, Corey.
Power and time. It's a dangerous combination. Conor McGregor might say that. Power and time. That's a lovely shot. And he pulls out the sweep shot. And it does look like they can play 360 as well, which is always good to watch. But comprehensive, it has to be said, in all facets at the moment. I'll pose you a question. If either of these two batters make it to 50, do they still the player of the match away from Arlene Kelly's 5 for 12?
Look, easy to probably say it as a bowler, but I think the way that Arlene Kelly was able to set up this opportunity for these two batters to be able to take their time as we see the reverse come out.
Reverse Malachi.
And no, I don't think it sticks with Arlene Kelly unless one of these two probably hit the remaining runs and finishes 65 or 70. But no, I think it has to go to Arlene Kelly. He just destroyed that middle order for of the Dutch today.
So that's cut nicely. Big pocket of space. Well, they do find the gaps on the offside. 2 fours in the over. What a spectacular batting display we're watching here from the Irish women's team. It is 68 for none after 10.
Yeah, beautiful piece of batting. Picked out the field of the previous ball, but I think both times we've seen it in this over, Corey, where the fielder's been hit one ball and they haven't made the same mistake again. The ability to, previous ball, hit to cover, no run. Next ball, make sure it go in the gap. Previous to that, the ball goes ahead, it's either at cover, next ball goes wide, gets the ball in the gap. Really, really impressive. And like I say, they are cantering along, Corey.
All I can say, that conversation we were having last over about a potential news breaking thing, I can't comment on it yet. So whatever you heard last over, surprises are around the corner. That's all I can say.
And there you go. There's that mid-innings break. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's been all green. And, well, you're 10th best in the world for a reason, as it looks like we're going to get some genuine pace this time. And this might be land here. It is land here. So, whippy action. One of the quicker bowlers here in the Netherlands gets her opportunity to impress. And a little bit of a false start. The old dead ball. Just losing her run up there. But yeah, there's a very whippy action, Pearce. Gets it through at decent clicks.
Yeah, interesting cricketer. Does everything at 100%. I think the way we saw her bat today, everything's 100% into it. Fielding, I've never seen someone scream to the ball so quickly and release the ball so quickly. So excited to see her get a go with the ball here.
There you go. Play and miss first up. And I reckon that's the first false shot I've seen from Hunter or Lewis so far. And that just shows you right away, a little bit of extra pace can always cause something to happen.
Yeah, a little bit of pace and bounce. Just sort of bounce over the top of that outside edge. So, nice start from Hannah Land here.
Flicks nicely. They say 2 straight away. Now, will they go on Iris Willing's arm, who's a good fielder? Probably chooses the wrong end in the end, and they will get back for 2. Some good running.
Just think the confidence to run there, Corey, you know, just being able to trust your partner, knowing that they're going to come back. It wasn't even a thought of a hesitation. It was turn and go, turn and go. And they made it with such ease. And like you say, maybe gone to the wrong end, but nonetheless, just that confidence as a batting partnership is so enjoyable to watch. As we see someone standing behind the sight screen there.
Yeah, standing right behind the sight screen. Have to get them out of the way. There they go. There's the culprit on your screen. Nowhere to hide when the ECN network's here. Nice drive again to cover. Yeah, out of the 73 deliveries, 63 deliveries in this run chase so far, I think maybe 1 or maybe 2 false strokes. They've looked so good now for the Irish women. They've number 10 in the world for a reason.
Land here and again from the Mulder end, Corey.
Oh, that's a gorgeous shot. Just picked up off a length. 1 bounce, 4. That's great batting. That reminds me of the Irish opening male batsman, Paul Sterling type of shot. Little pick-me up off the hip.
Yeah, got inside the line lovely here. I mean, I think this line from directly behind, you'll be able to see beautifully inside the line, gets underneath the ball, over that 45 fielder, and away for a 1 bounce 4. Just see, there you go. Just inside it beautifully and just helped it on its way.
Well, that's an action shot, that. Both these two on 37. Who's going to get to 50? Play and miss. Well, we got 19 runs to win. You got 2 batters on 37. Do you reckon You've had a partner, you go out there, who wants the 50? Who wants to get it, or do you think they don't care?
I have a feeling both will want to outdo one another. I think you might see these two at the top of the run scoring charts at the end of the week, Corey. No, I think they'll be definitely fighting all the way, and I wouldn't be surprised if a little single comes off this delivery.
Oh, it's a missed field, and, well, that could go away for another boundary. It will. So we're getting to the crescendo of this. 2 4s in the over, 15 runs to win. Irish women have raced away to 78 for none.
Another lovely shot. I mean, despite the fielding there, I mean, just the timing. Be able to get that ball, just be able to hit it with such cleanness. Very, very nice shot. And again, an expensive over as Land here goes for 10. As we have a look at those bowling figures, and like I say, none of the Dutch bowlers successful. No wickets in the wicket column. And all of those bowlers going for at least 6 runs and over. So, again, not being able to stem the runs in terms of wickets or through dot balls. So, be interesting to see who the skipper turns to. And it looks like it's going to be the debutant, Meryl Deckling.
Yeah, why not? I mean, probably the right time to give them a go and test out their boots a little bit.
Yeah, haven't seen much of Meryl as a bowler. So, yeah, excited to see what the young Tyro can bring. Looks to be a bit of leg spin, Corey.
Yeah, let's have a look here. Yeah, like just rolling out the front of the hand a little bit. So dot ball. Just having a look at Amy Hunter's stats here. And hasn't actually made a 50 in women's T20Is. So 2 50s in the 50 over format and 100. That's swept very nicely, but just the one. So, yeah, Amy Hunter averaging only 20 so far in women's T20Is. High score of 44, so 3 runs away from tying that record, a boundary away from having a previous, well, new high score, I should say. Well, there's a plain miss.
They're just trying to get a little bit too cute there, Hunter. It's been so powerful with her bat to ball today, and maybe being able to punch that ball through in front of the wicket rather than trying to play behind the wicket. But nice little start from Deckling.
It's a more positive stroke, and that will go away for 1. They probably double back for 2. Yeah, she's quick, and they go on the throat. Great running. Hunter now 2 runs away from having her new personal record in women's T20Is.
Yeah, just sliced off the bat a little bit. Not a perfect shot by any means, but yeah, look, closing in on that elusive half-century, Corey.
Flighted. Oh, a little bit of an appeal there if it had to come off the bowler's hand, but Deckling didn't go up. It was more mid-wicket. It's having a shout. Now, this is where, if Hunter's clever here, this is where you hit the 1 to give yourself that chance of a 50.
Yeah, trying to get a single off the last ball of the last over.
Tell you what, if there was a hand on that, it would have been out as well.
Yeah, I like the look of Deckling as a bowler, Corey.
Yeah. Definitely some good signs. Flighted. Oh, has she got it? You betcha. That's a big 6. And Hunter, this is her new highest score in women's T20Is. She gets to 49, Pierce. She's 1 run away. A new high score for women's T20Is for her. 87 for none after 12.
Yeah, beautiful shot. And again, probably put the mockers on Meryl Deckling there. Beautiful first 5 deliveries. But unfortunately for her, just over pitches on that last ball. And I think this is the one thing we've said about the Irish today. They have been ruthless, Corey.
Ruthless is the right word. They have dominated from the first ball of this game. In the first over, they removed both openers for Ducks. They're going to look like they chase this with 10 wickets in hand. It has to be said, a bit of a shellacking here. Lewis could play spoil sport if she ends up hitting 6 runs consecutively here, or maybe she'll be able to work a single to give Hunter her moment in the sun. 87 for none. This could be the final over of the game. We'll have to wait and see. Land here gets herself a second. Off the pad, and well, they might get 2 leg byes here actually, and they will get 2 leg byes. So throw comes in, just misses the helmet, which would have been an unbelievable ending But yeah, so that means it's 4 runs to win. Now, if Lewis knows what's going on, I think you're dropping a single here, but I'm not too sure they would know exactly what their individual scores are unless they look to the deep, deep mid-wicket where that score box is.
And the scoreboard is working today, so no, they definitely know. Let's give them their dues. They've been very on today. They know.
Oh, they know. As that's not the one that Hunter might want. I have a funny feeling here. There might be a little edge for 4 or a skewed away shot that actually goes for 4. But I think at the end of the day, personal accolades can be put aside. It's a team performance, and this has been almost the complete team performance.
Yeah, I think that the Irish coaching staff will be very, very pleased with the way their team's gone about it today.
Driven hard.
Big drive again, and I can guarantee you that Gabby Lewis is looking to hit a 4 here.
It does look like it. She isn't holding back, and that's the right thing to do. It is more about the team.
Lewis is going. Hunter's only 17, got a lot of time ahead, and I must say, Gabby Lewis is also not particularly old. I think 23 or so. So still a lot of time to play. As that one's misdirected, and it'll be a reload. Yeah, definitely not looking to hang around. It's looking like it's going to go for a boundary.
Yeah, 3 runs to go. Will be a slightly earlier finish than planned, but fantastic display from Ireland today. 3 runs remaining. Will this be the last ball of this game? Not quite yet. Land here will be signalled a wide. These wides have actually made it even more difficult for Hunter now. Any 2 will leave her stranded on 49 also. Just a reminder, we will have a post-match presentation, so we'll call some of the highlights and the scorecards, and then it will cut to myself over on the far side of the field. So it might take a couple of minutes. Make sure you stay with us with our player of the match presentation, as that is hit away. That could be the 2. Does Hunter want the 1? Yeah, Hunter nuke. She just walks herself to a single. So we will have an opportunity to see an individual 50 here for Amy Hunter.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was wasn't the plan from Lewis initially, but there's an opportunity here for Hunter to bring it in as Sir Caroline Van Koolwijk being called up into the ring.
Well, here's the moment. You're on strike. You're 49 not out of 40 deliveries. Your team needs 1 to win, and there's 2 balls left in the over. You're thinking here, any bat on ball, and I've got my first T20I hit 50 to go along with her 2 50s in the ODI format and 100. Amy Hunter, the floor is yours. It's it to cover. Okay, now this is the ball. If you don't get it away this ball, I dare say you'll be stranded on 49.
Yeah, and it's just like the game within a game, Corey. It's always a bit of fun. Game within a game here. Can the single be found?
Well, I'm going to say, are you backing her in? I'm saying yes.
I'm with you. I'm thinking she's going big, though.
Hits it, doesn't get it. Do they go the 1? She wants it. They can't get it. So a dot, and I think Amy Hunter, well, probably has a sly smile to her face. She's probably going to end on 49 not out at the end of this game. That was the ball to go as well. Full ball, wide of off stump, but just couldn't get it away. So 1 run required, and, well, I dare say Lewis isn't going to block a maiden here.
No, and unfortunately you also can't afford to find a single as well, Corey, to get them back on strike. So it's either a maiden or I think the Irish will now just go, you've had your chance. Time to win this one.
Yeah, it's time to win this one for Ireland. There's 92 for none.
Any plans this evening, Corey?
Rest for me. I'll probably do some notes tomorrow and prepare for Wednesday's game, as this looks like it'll be the last ball of the game, and it is. Pulled away handsomely from Lewis. It goes over forward square leg for 4 runs. Pierce Fletcher, Ireland. They hit the ground running with the ball. They hit the ground running in the field, and this batting display, 10 out of 10. Yeah,
no, they have won every part of the game today. They've won the toss. They decided to bowl, and they have not looked back, Corey. They've been absolutely exceptional. Started perfectly in the power play, 26 for 4 at the end of that one, and then 92 for 9 at the end. And they will be very, very chuffed, that coaching staff and those players, and they'll be looking to come back on Wednesday and do exactly the same again.
Yeah, I think when you're playing a tour away from home, you're looking to start well, but that is beyond starting well. That's a dream performance from them, ranked number 10 in the world for a reason. And you can understand why. They've raced away with a 10-wicket victory, comprehensive. But there's still 2 games to go, Pierce, and the Dutch, look, you can only get better from here.
Look, I think, there's a few little shining lights there. I think they'll be really pleased with the development of Malkenboer and the ability to get some runs from her in the middle order, and alongside Rabine Reich's 38 as well. They'll be really pleased with those things. Probably in terms of the bowling and the fielding, no one really stood out, unfortunately. Weren't able to make the breakthroughs as we cut to the highlights, Ruddy.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at these highlights, shall we? And we can talk through them pretty well because it was plenty of batting highlights. It was just... what I like the most about it for me, Pierce, is when you're in the power play and the field's in, chasing a low total, some teams might take it a little bit easy. They didn't. They thought that, let's get on with it. And some of the shots off DeLange and off Lynch, the spinners, down the ground were exceptional. Those early runs and boundaries just killed the chase, and overall, it was just comprehensive batting. You said to me, be ready to watch these 2 Irish overs. You're exactly correct.
Yeah, no, like I say, I had the privilege to be able to watch them last year, and they were 2 of the more impressive individuals on that tour. And again, they've shown that today, and it just shows you the class and that full-time professional setup that the Irish do have, and you can see how well drilled their team is as a whole. So, yeah, an exceptional performance. Glenn Quill and his coaching staff will be very, very pleased, and come back again on Wednesday and try and do it all again.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at those scorecards. I mean, 49 of 42 and 43 of 37. There's plenty of batters in that lineup we still haven't had a chance to see as well, but overall, a fantastic performance and a 10-wicket victory.
Yeah, no, they were very, very good. No, only 2 wides for the Dutch as well, which I think, is an improvement. I mean, sometimes they can be a little bit loose from time to time, so they'll be very pleased with that. And then, if you look at the bowling stats there, Declan going for a few at the end, but on the whole, pretty decent. And Uri Swilling, going for 6 runs and over. It's pretty solid. DeLange also came into the power play, probably a position she's not normally done with. So it's it's been a tough day for the Dutch, positive day for the Irish. And I know my good friend Corey Ruckles will finish up, and he will be heading over to the presentation. So big thanks from me, just hopping in and saying hello today. It was only meant to be a couple of over stint, but at the end of it, quite a comprehensive victory for the Irish. There you go, there's the breakdown. 92 for 9, plays 96 for none. Rabine Reich, Phoebe Malkenboer doing the job. Arlene Kelly with the ball. I'd say that would be my man of the match. I don't know who the umpires will have chosen at the end of this one, but that would be my choice. Taking 5 for 12, best figures in T20 internationals for her. Amy Hunter's highest score in T20 internationals, and I'm sure that elusive 50 won't be far away also. Big thanks from me. And Corey Ruckers will be joining you for the post-match presentation very shortly. Thank you.
And welcome to the post-match ceremony where we're going to name the player of the match. And the player of the match for today is Arlene Kelly with her fantastic figures of 5 for 12. It's going to be rewarded from Pim Van Vliet. Pim, guys, over here. You can pass it over here.
Okay, well deserved 5 for 12. 3 kisses. Cheers. Okay. All the best for the series.
Thank you. Just so you know, that is the Dutch way, 3 kisses over. But congratulations, 5 wickets. It's your first 5-wicket haul for the country. How do you feel?
Yeah, elated. I think it's always nice to be able to contribute and then to see Amy and Gabby just go out there and knock the runs off. It's really nice.
Yeah, brilliant. And that 4th wicket for me, spinning around the legs. I haven't seen something like that since Shane Warne was doing it in the Ashes. Tell us a little bit about that, because it looked like you're bowling these leg cutters. They're going quite a long way.
Yeah, no, I did quite enjoy that one. I think after the first over, kind of assessed that there was a bit of purchase in the wicket, so just tried a couple of leg cutters, and yeah, that's one I'll remember for sure.
Well, brilliant. Good luck for the rest of the series, and enjoy the day off tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. So that does take us to the end of match 1. It's been all Ireland today. They've won by 10 wickets, a comprehensive performance. We've got 2 more games left in this series. Tomorrow's a rest day, so join us back on Wednesday for 2 p.m. sharp. We'll be here at VRA Cricket Stadium. It's bye for now.